All right, welcome guys, welcome. We just tried our live through the desktop, and that's crazy. We had like maybe, I think, like 7 people. Hopefully you guys can hear. Omar, I'm sure you'll be the first one here. Actually, I'm the first one always. Maybe, I think. Okay, we got audio. Say hello as you come in, boys and girls. You're once, twice, 3 times the lady, and I love you. All right, we do have sound. Okay. Great. Omar, are you there? I will assume you're the first one on here. Let's see, besides me, of course. Edward, hey, how you doing, brother? Omar, what's going on, man? Much love to you guys. Much love, much love. So what did you think about the desktop, Omar? Isn't that crazy? I told you like we have 7 people already in here, and for some reason when we're on the desktop, it doesn't turn that way. Chesco, come on, man, be nice today, okay? Doing well, Dennis. I got the first like on the stream. Whoop, whoop. I love it. I love it. I wish there was a way for me to actually kind of like, reply to the lives or whatever, so that I can, how like if you're doing like right now you can comment. I think you can. No. That's just some comments. I think once the live is finished, I believe that's how that works. Jessica, you better be nice. Be nice, okay? You got a freedom of speech on this chat, but you still got to be nice. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Omar already knows because he was with me on my desktop live as I was testing it. And of course, we know that it didn't do good. I expected that, and this is why I do my lives on the phone like this. Like, I don't understand what happens, but whatever it is, I guess the only way. Thank you for the likes, guys. Number 1, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. We actually did have some good conversations, didn't we, Omar? We were talking to private office maybe makes the haters mad. Probably. It probably does. But I'm glad that you're here with me, brother. I appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you, Edward. Thanks for joining. God bless you, Jesco. Hope everything is good with you and your family. Hope all is good. Thank you for joining, guys. I will try to follow my phone's chat because it seems like maybe the chat on I don't know what the hell is wrong with the desktop. It's not my desktop. My desktop is actually pretty fast, lots of memory. But even the chat seems to be very slow. I should have reported that crap. We did a live with my desktop computer. It seems like people can't watch us through the desktop. I use OBS. If you guys know OBS, maybe there's a setting. I'll do some research because this is the 5th time that I try it, and it gets the same results. Like even right now, there's like low views right now is 28. On the desktop, it was like 5 or 6. So that's crazy. I do know that 95% of you guys are using mobile devices. It could be a laptop, could be a tablet, maybe a phone, etc. Even a desktop, because there's like a small percentage of desktop users, but for the most part, it's always you guys on mobile. All right, I got 40 people on here. The first thing I want to say, using your phone, yeah, the stat says that phones are the most popular ones. I got 50 people on here. The first thing that I want to do before I start, and first of all, I want to apologize. If you ever come across my live from yesterday, I want to apologize because I responded to some people that were threatening my life on the chat, and they were showing addresses where I have lived before. They can do a Google search and they'll find the name and whatever, right? But they were being creepy. They were putting it on the chat. They're putting all these names of people that have my last name. That's not good behavior. I reported them, but it made my wife feel very insecure. They actually scared my wife of how creepy they were being with the threats. Yes, KG. What's crazy is that I always tell people, guys, while we're in this chat, we're not Democrats or Republicans. We're just Americans, and we want to talk to them, to all the people, everybody. Even look at Jesco says this guy is illegal, right? It's okay. You can say stuff like that, but the moment you start, threatening somebody's life, it's different. Let's see. Rocan Crian says pupusudo. See, I don't mind people, saying names and doing stuff like that. That's okay. But I did report an Edward. I reported them. So hopefully they get what they got coming. But also, just take no. Kate, absolutely. I think because everybody in here, right? Most people probably don't have like subscribers because you're not content creators, but you have Google accounts for YouTube, so you can comment, so you can like, dislike, etc. But you guys' lives is more anonymous, and so a lot of people, like these people that are, on the streets, right, causing bad things, riots, they're stealing. They have face coverings, so they have their privacy. They go out and commit stuff because they know nobody can see their face, blah, 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 until somebody grabs them and beats them up. I don't want violence. I want everybody to just listen. What's going on? What do you agree on? What do you disagree on? What are the news? I did, look at that, Omar. You got 100 something people in here on the mobile, but on the desktop, we got like 6-7 people. I don't understand what's happening. And I like to use the desktop because when I'm telling you guys what I tell you, I have videos of how Democrat politicians talk, what they are doing, destroying cities and whatnot, and then what the Republicans say and what they are doing, whether they're corrupted or cutting taxes or there's videos that I can show you on my desktop, but for some reason it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't get out there. Like there's some type of block on the internet, So let's see. Paper Friend says tons of pedophile protectors. The truth will set you free. The truth. This guy again. Hey, man, I guess that's just the way it is, bro. Edward says sticks and stones may break my bones, but there is always something silly to cause my lefties to lose their minds. Oh, man. Bro, consent can't. Well, you can't spell, so I'm going to have to decipher your writing here, Mr. Truth. Bro, can't even pronounce English right. You're not helping me with the bad English writing. Evil Tiny says, pedo lovers find out very soon, so get ready, bud. Okay. What is a Trump policy that has improved your life? Become more patriotic to this country. Love America. Love its values. Respect the United States of America. Peace through strength, they say. I say peace through love and strength. Tell me something bad, a policy, like what? What kind of policy are you talking about? Give me a policy and then I'll tell you if I like it. My parents they passed away already, but my mother was an immigrant. She brought me here legally. Let me see. Let me look at some Trump's policies. My English, you're right, it's not that great. Let's see, Trump's policies. Let's see. I agree with all of them, by the way. I don't know which policies you're talking about. See, I have economy. Which policy you want? Economy? Let me see. I'm not a machine. I can't remember everything, guys. I have to look it up. RJ Herrera, make America gay again. Let's see. Any policy of Trump's? Hold on, show me no politics. Well, let's see. How about we do, let's see. What the hell is the policies? Here, give me a policy and I'll tell you if I agree with it. Cold MF. Malfo. Deport this guy, says Edwin. Hey, I'm going to tell your tia, man. I'm going to tell on you, bro. I'm going to tell your mom how mean you're being to your cousin. RJ Herrera, I can't think of one. So let me. Okay, here. Let me find out first. Let me get my meaning right first. Policy meaning. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. A policy is a course or principle of action adopted or proposed by a government, party, business, or individual. Let's see. Okay, so policy, when it comes to economics, I agree with tariffs. I don't like local taxes. So Trump's policies on economy, I agree 100%. And I think because history backs it up, that's why I support it. But I want you to give me one policy. I'll bring it back to you. Give me one policy that you don't like. And let's see if we can talk about it. I'll give you a chance to explain something here. Let's see. Will says, think, homie. Maybe you're dumb. Never too late to think. Thank you. I will take that advice. You say you agree with all of them, but you can't name a single one. So you're talking about policies, but what I see is just common sense stuff, right? But if we're talking about policies with economy, with peace treaties, I mean, those are policies. According to that translation here, that's what that is. Putting the National Guard to keep our cities safe, that is a policy. Oh, that's an executive order, I guess, but let me see. Trade deals with Japan. Yeah, that's a policy, right? Are you a veteran? Did you finish high school? Yes, I did finish high school, but I'm not a veteran, guys. I wish I could have. Some injuries didn't allow me, and they didn't take me in the Army, but I wanted to serve in the Army on the ground. I wanted to be the first one out there with a rifle defending America's values. Let's see. There's no policy, says Fisher. I am the most independent person you will ever meet. Edward, I like that. You know, you don't have to be a certain party or, codependent with anything. Just be yourself, brother. Edwin is a high school dropout, he says. It's all right, brother. You can still get your GED. Linda says, oh my God, you are damn clueless. Tariffs are taxes. Yes, tariffs are taxes. But there is a policy on tariffs. And our policy is that if you bring stuff from foreign countries, you will be tariffed on, or taxed, if you want to hear that better. Am I wrong about this? Dude, educate yourself first. Okay. So here's my question, and I don't see an answer from you guys. I don't understand what policies are. So why don't you go ahead and give me some? Let's start with that. When you give me something, I'll go ahead and give you something back. All right? Now, I think I'm going to have to make Omar a moderator here pretty soon. Okay, we pay tariffs. It's spelled with an A, not an E. What about it? You said that's not a policy. King Trump. No, he's not a king. If he was king, you'd be bowing to him right now. Matthew says they established the great golden age. Matthew, God bless you. I agree, we're getting there, my friend. We're getting there. Pi says for Trump says quadruple H. Let's go. Cameron Liebel doesn't believe that I'm American. What does an American look like to you, Cameron? All right, I want to hear some policies, guys. You guys asked me what policy do I agree with. This is what I agree with. Maybe I don't know what a policy is, but this is what I agree with. I agree on tariffs through the world. I believe through peace, through strength. I believe that order should be maintained in this country when the governor, mayors of our cities and states cannot control the people. Well, the National Guard can come in and hand, just give a hand, and there you go. 6 peace deals in 6 months. Amen. That's true. That's fact. It's actually more than 6 now. Sweetie says I'm a joke to your own people. Who are my people? My people are the ones that believe in respecting, honoring, and loving this country and its people. That's my people. Those who do the will of God, that's my people. Let's see. Miley, bro, what? Let's see. Cameron Lebo, you ain't American. You are European. Gabe says tariffs encourage companies to build and make products in the USA, which makes your dollar stronger. Boom. Facts. Stephen says, all Peter Donnie needs a good stint. I don't know what the hell he's trying to say. Write in English so I can read it. Arturo says, how about sending corrupt politicians to jail? Do you believe? Oh, absolutely, my friend. Arturo, pretty soon, oh man, I hope it comes true. We want Hillary. We want Obama. I don't know, Bill Clinton, I think he was taken advantage of. Lucky for Biden, he lost his mind, but he would have been in jail. I think there's a lot of people in the Democrat and Republican side that should be in jail. But there's a few trials that will start soon, and hopefully we get to see some justice, guys, on both sides. That's for all of us. Hopefully we see something. Let's see, especially those that lied about January 6th. I want to see those people in jail. I want to see Nancy Pelosi in jail for denying the 10,000 National Guard troops that Donald Trump offered her to protect the House so that they will be defended and protected against any riots or anything that may come their way. She denied it 3 times. And there was an agent under oath that said that Donald Trump offered and Nancy rejected. She also somebody recorded a video of her admitting that she rejected the National Guard that Donald Trump was giving. And you see, this is the problem, guys. This is the problem. You can hate Donald Trump. That's okay. You can hate me. You see me. I'm okay with it. But you cannot deny the things that are good for our people. You can hate Donald Trump all you want. That's okay. But if something is done right, you got to see that. You got to see that. If Donald Trump is making, 7? How many deals, how many peace deals does he have now? It doesn't matter how bad you think he is. The peace deals are real. And I'm going to tell you, 70,000 monks cannot be wrong. 70,000 monks. What was it, Thailand and Cambodia that was fighting over there? They are so happy that Donald Trump brought them peace. Nobody else could have done that. Letitia James charges drop. That's about $500 to $600 million. Is that the one you're talking about? Adam Patel. Oh, you know what? Epstein file. Okay, so today I do have something new to say about the Epstein files. Now, what we're waiting for is the court. We want to see the proceedings. We want to see what evidence comes up. I think we might be disappointed. I think we might be disappointed by the results. But I got some juice for you on the Epstein files. Let's see. Caleb says, make sure your visa is right, my bro. Hey, you know what? That's a good question. Let's see. Where is it? I gotta find this. That's a good question, man. I'll take that advice. Yeah, it's still good. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I still have a few more years, it looks like. Yeah, I got 4 more years. But thank you, man. I appreciate it. It is great to be an American. Let's see. Astra tariffs is basically tariffs are a tax. It's just not a local tax. Look at it as what we call it in Honduras. We call it an introduction tax. That's what we call it in Honduras. So anything that comes from international, they have to pay a fee according to the value of the product to be able to bring into the United States. Now, for decades, last few decades, Democrats and every president, I want to say, I don't know if there's, I don't remember how many Republicans we've had in office, to be honest, but for the last couple of decades, whoever's been in charge, let's not even say Democrats because people get their feelings hurt, but whoever's been in charge for the last couple of decades, they have lost a lot of manufacturing jobs. Like, we lost a lot of the car manufacturers. We had we depend on China for most of our products. We saw what happened with COVID-19, even though it was a fake pandemic. They were able to prove that the corrupted government can shut down the world. Think about that for a second. That's power. That is power. And they proved it. They controlled everything. Even us that believed that it was all fake, and we believed that we were free people. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger says, forget about your freedoms. He almost became a Nazi at that moment. But we ain't going to talk about that no more because I like Arnold Schwarzenegger. What was it? I think Sylvester Stallone, Sly. He got some type of award at the White House. I didn't watch it. I just barely saw the picture of him and a little bit of the talking, but I didn't actually watch the whole video. I probably have to go look at it. Yes, we are going to talk about Epstein, bro. We're going to talk about Epstein. 3 things we're going to talk about Epstein. Just hang in there. Sammy Psycho says, most favored nation drug policy is great. This guy. There always has to be that one druggie that loves those policies. Bienvenidos, bro. This is a confused Latinos. Whoever bienvenido is. I want to say this, guys. It's very courageous to be on that side of the chat with a fake name. Kind of like illegals do sometimes, They use somebody else's identity. So these guys are so courageous because I'm live. I'm an open book. You guys know my name. You see my face. You hear my voice. And everything you can prove from watching me is that I love you. That's all you can prove from me. And behind the door, this is how you want to act. Sorry, guys. That's just how it is. I'm just calling it like it is. But I do believe that at some time we have been lied to. And it's not just been Democrats, also Republicans. We see them flipping. We see them flipping all the time. We think we have some good Democrats and they flip. And then we think we have a good Republican and they flip. And right now, everything that I've seen from Donald Trump, guys, does this offend you? Does that offend you? Let me try to be in the middle, okay? So you guys don't get offended. I'm gonna look out for your feelings. Okay. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be neutral, all right? Okay. No more MAGA. That's it. Rob, thank you, brother. Rob Spaghetti. Much love. I'll take that love, brother. Thank you so much. Dean Wiseman. Dean. Are you the Dean that I know or is a different Dean? Let's see. Let's take a look. No, it's a different Dean. All right, there's a Dean that I work with before. He is an Army veteran. Very nice guy, crazy, but very nice. I hope that he gets on here so I can say hello to him. I miss him. I haven't seen him in a long time. Papa Tico says, oh man, I'm not reading that, bro. But Epstein Files, oh my gosh, you guys are not gonna like what I have to say. And to be honest, I don't believe it myself. So we'll see what happens. But for now, we're gonna take a look and see what's going on. All right, I want you guys to tell me something that you have heard about the Epstein files that you think is relevant to today's time. Go ahead. I'll give you guys the start, and then I'll tell you what I have learned just today. Okay? Let's see. No thoughts behind those eyes. Oh, Jacob. It's okay, brother. Bienvenido says, wake up, my brother. Oh, man. You ain't lying, bro. I'm so tired. I'm very, very tired. I get up at about 4:30. Well, I wake up at 4. But I don't get off bed until like 4:30, 4:45. I'm like 5 minutes away from the gym, so I hit the gym about 5:10 till 5:30. Then I go to work until 3:30, sometimes 5 p.m. Today, until like 3:45, 4 p.m. And then I did my live at 5:30, I think it was, on my desktop. But for some reason, it just doesn't go out as well. And here we are. We're just chatting with you guys. This is going to be, depending, I guess, on how many people are interested on talking about Epstein files and whatever else you guys can come up with. Let's see. I can't read all those comments, guys. If I miss you, too bad. So sad. No, I apologize about that. I can't read everything. And because we have a little bit of spamming here with some trolls, I probably missed some really good conversations with you guys. So I apologize for that. Your accent is the cherry on top of the ice cream. That was good, yo mama. That was good, brother. That was good. Katie says, I think you see me and you're scared. Are you that ugly? That's a bad joke. I apologize about that. That's not funny. I don't want to call people ugly. I apologize about that. Charco says, show me your papers. I think we established that. You probably missed it, but I showed you my passport, guys, already. So, you know what the greatest thing about being Americans is? The greatest thing about being an American is you can go to the postal office and request your passport. No need to go anywhere else. Just go to the postal office, and you can also renew online. Isn't that great? Man, American benefits are the best. This is why I love living in a free country. But you guys are awesome. I love all of you guys. And especially if you are promoting peace. Peace and love. Peace and love. This is what the Spaniards used to tell us when I was in school in Honduras. They used to come to our schools and talk about peace and love. And then we had to make, what do you call that? Those big ribbons, and we had to put in their peace, and we had to draw a dove with, the little piece of grass or whatever that is. Edward says, the Trump tax cuts saved me about $1,000 a year. I love it. Facts. I love it. You don't have a single policy to name that has benefited you directly, ideology over policy every time. So, Katie, I told you, give me a policy, because apparently I don't know what policies are. I read this, and I mean, this just says a principle of action proposed by a government. Proposed tariffs. That's a proposition. What is a policy? I don't know what it means, apparently. I'm confused. So why don't you educate me and tell me a policy? It's a rule, a course of action adopted by a government. Bruh, sis, come on. Help me out. Help a brother out. I'm drowning here. You're not a real American. Ah, man, I'm starting to believe it, man. People say that to me so much, I'm starting to believe it. Charco says your passport is from Pepe from across the street. Hey, man, come on. That's a real passport, bro. That's a real passport. Let's see. What happens to your family now that Trump is getting rid of birthright citizenship? Nothing. I wasn't born here. But all my children are born from legal parents. Specifically me, being an American citizen. My wife and their moms are American citizens. So yeah, that only pertains to illegal parents. Illegal parents that have kids. They don't belong as American citizens. I know I have some nieces and nephews that were born, but the parents were American already, so they were legal already, so that they count. No problem there. Let's see. Rice likes coconuts. The talking coconut, he says. Epstein, PH, we'll get there, buddy. I got some info on Epstein. Sid's book, it says, Ice, Ice, Baby. What is the MFN policy? What the hell is MFN policy? What is this? Kenny, you can't stand Honduras, huh? That's too bad, bro. You need some more love in your life. Let's see. How do you feel about birthright citizenship being called into question? I believe, as I just said, I didn't read it on time, I guess, but I already answered that question, right? I believe that children born from illegals don't have birthright citizenship. Just like if you're a diplomat and they're born here, same rule. Not just because you're born in this country, you're automatically a citizen. I don't believe in anchor babies. I'm sorry, guys, I just don't. Because what happens if we allow this to continue? You're gonna have people, imagine this, just imagine this. Let's put Rob, give me a second, brother. Let me put this into perspective for you, okay? Let's say I am from a country that just hates the United States, okay? Let's just say that. I don't care about any of you. I'm gonna destroy this country, and guess what? I'm gonna grab as many people, maybe 21 million of my people, and I'm gonna come into this country illegally. Now, it may not happen now, but I'm gonna come here illegally, and we're gonna make maybe 10 babies each. 21 million illegal immigrants times 10. That's 210 million people that will hate this country. In a matter of 18 to 20 years, they are adults. Population of the United States of America is 342 million people. Think about that. If illegals come here and they have birthright citizenship, they can make 10 children, maybe more. If we get an invasion, like a Trojan horse, so to speak, if we allow illegal immigrants, like I said, migration is great. I love migrant. I'm a migrant. My mom was a migrant. We're all migrants for the most part of my family, okay? But if we allow people that hate this country, that are not vetted, that have criminal records. Guys, I'm serious. It's not about hating illegal immigrants. It's not that. But if we allow that, you're putting this country in danger. And let me tell you something. If you're from Mexico, if you're from Guatemala, if you're from Honduras, it doesn't matter where you're from. If you come to this country because you think those countries are a piece of junk, what do you think you're gonna do in this country? There's a lot of citizens in other countries that are rich, that are successful, that are hardworking, they're smart, high IQ, their ethic works are amazing, they're dependable, they are responsible, they're honorable. And then you guys come here, and then the way that you act, come on, it tells me everything. If you were so great, those countries where you come from would also be great. You see, the United States of America is great because of Americans. I know some of you guys think that when somebody says American, it means white people. No. It doesn't mean white people. When we say Americans are citizens, which doesn't have a color. Citizens don't have a gender. It includes all ethnicities, all cultures, all genders. There's only two, guys. Don't get too excited. Only males and female. It includes that in the word American. So don't think white. That's you being racist. Okay? Don't just think black. That's you being racist. Don't just think Hispanic. That's just being racist. Everybody. We're a melting pot in this country. That's why America is a great country. What do we have in common? Well, for the most part, the majority of Americans are honorable people. They're loving, they're respectful, they care for this country. And then unfortunately, we have that amount of people that just don't care about this country. And let me see what I missed your comment there, Rob. I see your comment here. Really quick, let me see. Let's go back. Danny says November 26th, we the people will talk voting, then you will see the truth about the people. Oh, Danny, good point. Let me tell you what's happening. We are stopping the machines that they've been using to cheat on elections. 95 countries that have the same problem of the same people being elected over and over use the same machines. Venezuelans were bumped out by the same machines. Guess who benefits from the same use of these machines? And by the way, we are going to make sure that everybody has an ID, an actual real ID, not a California ID. We might have to ask for a passport with a visa stamp that says you are an American, or if you're a green card holder, you don't get to vote. If you're a tourist visitor, you don't get to vote. If you're an illegal, you definitely don't get to vote. So I will say somebody needs to have one of these, or an actual license from a state that actually respects federal law and that actually loves the American people and look out for the safety of the American people. God bless the USA. Woo! Here we go. Yeah, Kenny, no, it's not white only. You're being a little ignorant there, my friend. Sorry to say. I apologize. Sorry to say. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So no more mail-in ballots. That was fake. I had 2 ballots. And they're asking me if I'm a Republican or a Democrat. It's none of your business. I'm going to vote for whoever I think is the best person to represent me and to take care of this country. That's why I voted for Trump twice. Except Biden, they won the first time, which we know they cheated. Now, isn't it funny enough that when Trump won, they spent 4 years saying, oh, he cheated in the Russia collusion, and oh, this is an illegitimate president, and then Biden cheats, and everybody's fine. We said it. That was a cheat. They cheated the elections. There is no way that you're going to have trucks full of mail-in ballots, which they sneak in the middle of the night. There is no way that Trump is winning, and then all of a sudden some pipe leaks. Everybody get out of the building, no more people counting. And then surveillance video shows a couple of people came back and they still kept counting ballots without supervision. Ooh, what about those boxes that they pull out from under the desk and they just count it really quick? And then the next day, oh my God, 700,000 votes just for Biden. Yeah, that totally happens, guys. They never cheated the election. What are we talking about here? Huh? Guys, come on, we pay attention. I'm not a half a century old. If you are not even 30 years old, you don't know jack squat. I'm sorry. But maybe if you're wise, maybe you do. Maybe you probably know more than me. You know, I'm in the middle. I know technology, but I know old school. And if any country tells you, if any government, mayor, governor, president tells you, you don't need an ID to vote, they used to take your fingerprint to confirm that you're voting and that you're legal to vote, that you're an actual citizen. No. You need to come in there with a passport or a paper that says that you're an American citizen, and then you have to put your thumbprint in there, and they have to right there recognize if you're an American legal to vote, yes or no. Technology is there. It can happen. When you come from another country and you come through Texas, through Dallas, and they go and they scan your passport. They scan it, oh, they see your face. They see your fingerprints. They see everything. They have the technology. So I don't want to hear excuses. There will be no cheating on the next election. And by the way, what are you worried about? President Donald Trump is not running for a third term. If he did, I would vote for him. But I don't think he wants to. He knows he's getting there. He's old. I mean, he's 80 years old already. Well, 79, I think, is what the age is. Sorry about that. I think he's 79, right? Selflessness. Can you sing the national anthem? No, I cannot sing at all. And I know just parts of it. I will not pretend that I have the national anthem memorized. But what I'll tell you something. There is people that are illiterate. They don't know how to read. Maybe they don't speak that well. But you know what counts? It's not what you talk. It's not what you see. It's what you have inside and the love that you have for the nation. That's what counts. Because I remember when Obama, he tried to talk like some philosophical guy, which philosophers are liars, you know that. And, you know, he talked like this, and he tried to say that he's for the people, and you bought the crap that he was talking about, right? And he lied through his teeth, and you believe it because his voice was this way, or he talked a certain way, and you know what, you're happy with that? It's okay. It's not a problem with that. But you cannot be insulting other people. You cannot be hating Americans. You can, listen. If you are illegal and you are in this country, okay, let me tell you something. Yes, there will be people out there that will still be prejudiced towards you. Jerry, 100%, my man. I see that. I see that Trump in caps. Trump, Luis, had a lot of love for Epstein until they broke up back in 2004. And there's a reason for that besides real estate. But I will say something new about Epstein files. Now, you might not like what I have to say, but this is the newest that I know. And probably most of you guys that actually follow the news and, you know, get into this type of conversations with other more famous, actually not more famous, I'm not famous, with somebody famous YouTuber that they talk about this issue. You probably already heard it, but I got 3 things that I'm going to tell you about the Epstein files. Jesus is walking with you, brother. Oh, Renee. That touches my heart, and I need to hear those things. God bless you. God bless you. Let me read something else in here. Let's see. Brian, I apologize. He says, did this idiot call a philosopher liars? I'm so sorry. I apologize. I apologize. It's just I was remembering in the moment that somebody called this philosopher a liar because forget it. It's a long story. I apologize. Okay, maybe not all philosophers are liars. I apologize. Just to you, Brian. Forgive me. B. Wood says Jesus loves us all. God bless. Thank you, sir. I will be watching out for some ice. I like iced coffee. Firmament above. So I guess you failed cities, LA, DC, Cincinnati, Portland. Jerry, man, even if they are failing cities, we have to love all of the United States, whether it's good or bad. Steven Giordano, welcome to the chat. Hello, my friend. God bless you. Pete Jimenez, what's up, baby? It is Friday. Oh, you remember that from Ice Cube? Back in the day when I used to listen to him? I don't know why I remember that. Let's see. Man, guys, if I miss your comments, I apologize. Everything is small to me over here. And, being a half a century old almost, my eyes are failing. Plus, I get no sleep. I get 2 to 3 hours of sleep a day. So bear with me here, okay? Since I have quite a few people on here online, number one, let me just, please, and I hope that you accept my apology. I want to apologize, and I mentioned this before, but I want to apologize because yesterday when I was in my live, I reacted to somebody threatening my life and my family, and I shouldn't have. I should have just reported them, blocked them, and I should have ignored it. So I apologize. I think I was calling people names, and that's not what I want to be. We all have that little bit of evil or bad inside, and I just don't want to. I don't like to be punked, okay? But at the same time, even that attitude right there is, I need to work on. I really love everybody. I really do. I don't have 1 ounce of racism in my heart or in my bones. But I do make mistakes, and I do, will say, get triggered sometimes, especially when it comes to the safety of my family. If you have noticed, when people insult me here, I actually laugh. It's okay. You have a freedom of speech. But when it comes to threatening my family, I don't appreciate that. So I apologize to you guys if you watched my live from yesterday. It sucked. It sucked. I'm very disappointed in myself, okay? And so I want to say that. I want to apologize about that. Cheers, Edward. God bless you. I will cheer with my addiction. Coffee is life for me. It'll probably kill me too, but I love coffee. Joe Dirt. Oh, man, I love that movie. Joe Dirt says, just to your own people, only because you are in the USA, you say lock the rest out. No, Joe, I think people misunderstand that, man. Listen, I will tell you this, Joe. With all due respect to all my Latino people, I know you guys are upset about this whole illegal immigration and deportation, but it's the law, guys. It's the law. Let's not play dumb. We run because we know we're doing something illegal. We hide because we know we're doing something that we're not supposed to be doing, right? But for Joe Dirt, I think your comment is legit. Zell says, hope you know Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. Let us repent of sin. Amen. I agree, 100%, Zen. Joe Dirt, that is completely untrue. I don't know what you said, Joe, but I'm going to reply to what I think you said. Oh my golly, you love coffee. Trump's tariffs on Brazil have raised its price higher than any other grocery. This is why. Thank you for saying that. Let me tell you what coffee I drink. This is my coffee. Best coffee in the world. This is Café Oro, which means gold coffee. By the way, they're not sponsoring this live. But this coffee is so popular and famous in Honduras. And I brought me a couple of few bags just so that I can enjoy here in the United States of America. A little bit of my mountain Indian culture. I love it. But Joe, so what the hell are you guys talking about? What's going on here? Let's see what I missed. What I miss? Joe, whatever you said that was wrong, let me just say what I think you said. I'll respond to what I think you said. You said that all my love is only for Americans, right? Because I'm American. It's not true. As a matter of fact, when I was in Honduras, and this is crazy because it doesn't matter how much I prove to people, what facts are being shown. When I was in Honduras, I asked people, right? Now, I asked very poor folk. I wish I would have recorded it. There's something that, how can I say this? I like to record videos where I'm having fun, tourists and all this stuff, right? I'm not a very good journalist. I don't like to put people on the spot with the camera. This is why I suck at sales, okay? But I talked to very poor people and I said, would you like to go to the United States of America? And they said, yes, I would, but I don't qualify. And I said, why don't you qualify? Well, I don't have much money. I don't own property. And I wouldn't be able to sustain myself in the United States of America because it's expensive. And I say, so why do you think that you have an option? And she says, yes, I have an option. I don't go illegal. I stay here, work hard, and as long as I have my family with me, that's all that matters. You will not believe how many people told me that. Family was more important to them than coming over here and making a few bucks. And then I went to the island and I asked the people, because the people on the island are a little bit different than the mainland, just so you know. Because in the island, there's more tourism, right? So they can see the better side of the economy, of dollars, right? The cha-ching money on the eyes. But I would ask them, there's people that drive little mini buses, right? They can do tourism and they show you around the island. And I asked them, hey, why don't you want to go to the United States of America? And they said, well, number one, I don't qualify to go there. To go there, I got to be able to have a business. I got to be able to have money enough to sustain myself. Oh, excuse me. That's the bad coffee. Maybe this is not Honduran. This might be Brazilian. Let me see. No, it's still Honduran. I think that was the creamer. I know, I'm a fool. I apologize about that. But anyways, but I will ask them, and I said, so what do you think about the Hondurans that went to the United States illegally? I kid you not. They said that was shameful. They said, shame on those Hondurans. And guys, if you're Honduran and you're here, I apologize. I'm just delivering the message. Remember, I'm Honduran as well, so I get to be blamed for it a little bit. They said, shame on those Hondurans because they don't represent our country. Hondurans that cannot afford to go there and they don't have a legal right to be there. They work their ass off over here and they pray to God that their family stays together. Not the same thing that they told me in the mainland, but the message was the same. Family was important. Patriotism to the land, to the people, and the countrymen in that island and the mainland was the number one answer. You know, I even heard of this guy. I only heard about that. I didn't talk to him. But I even heard of this guy that he has his wife pregnant. She's from Nicaragua. And some of my family from Honduras, they know this. His wife is pregnant, was about to give birth here. She's from Nicaragua. They deported him for something. I can't remember what. But the point is, they deported him to Honduras. Now, he went back to Honduras, and after a while of being there, he hates Trump. He hates Trump. He hates Trump. And then after a while of being back home, you know, he kind of landed on his feet and got his business going and all this other stuff. And he said, you know what? I don't like Trump still. But if I didn't get deported, I wouldn't be back in my country, enjoying my land, and I wouldn't have my business that I just created. And the guy is happy to be home. Now, he's still waiting for his wife to give birth. I'm okay with that. Give birth, and then boom, go to Honduras. Go be with your husband. When you guys apply to re-entry, you have to wait the time, but in the meantime, you're doing something for yourself over there, okay? So, yes, we're going to talk about Epstein. Give me a second. We'll get there, guys. So, Joe Dirt, for you, my man, okay? I love all people, but I do not condone illegal activities. For example, when I was in high school, and yes, I did it myself once, maybe twice. I don't remember. That was high school. That was like 40 years ago, 30 years ago. But, you know, some people would like to go over there and they will just get somebody to buy them alcohol. Now, it was illegal for us to buy it, but they didn't say nothing about illegal drinking it. That's horrible. I apologize about that. That's not funny. That was horrible. I'll take that back. Okay, but, you know, there was things that, you know, of course we knew that it wasn't good, and we did, and then I was like, you know what? No, I can't do that. So one of the things that I didn't do was, if my friends will be insulting, like, let's say, for example, older people, like our elders, I will stand up against them and say, bro, we don't do that. Knock it off. Now, I've always been on a little bit on the bigger side. I've never been like buff and all this. I was very skinny. I mean, I'm 6'1". I weighed about as much as 180 pounds. Actually, that's actually pretty good. I was a lot muscular, but now that I'm getting older, it seems like, you know, the dad body, they say. But no, I respect my elders, all that stuff. Luis, we will talk about Epstein files. Okay, let's do this. Let's take a little pause. I'll let you guys tell me something that you know about the Epstein files right now. Let's go. Let me see some comments in here about the Epstein files. I'll take a swag of my coffee, and I want to see if you guys put something in there. T says he speaks better English than half my neighborhood. Oh, is somebody talking about my accent again? My English? What the hell? T, my love, respect. Thank you so much. Love that. I appreciate it. Epstein files. What do you know about Epstein files? Come on, let's go. Angelo. Yes, I know, man, but coffee. Listen, I don't smoke weed. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't do coke. I don't do any drugs. Let me have my coffee, man. Can I have a drug? Coffee. Let me have my coffee. All right? That's all I'm saying. Just let me have my coffee. All right. Nobody. What do you guys have about Epstein files? Come on, give me something. Formaggio Bagiola says, I like your Mexican version of the Italian horn around your neck. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. This is, I don't think it's a real tooth. The reason why I have it is because it was a gift from my family in Honduras. And the Lenca Indians, which is my descendants, they carved it. So even though it's probably not I don't think it's a real tooth. It might be something like, I don't know, marble or whatever. But I carry it with me because of the sign of love that they made it for me. You know what I mean? They make it for tourists. You guys can get this as well. But they gift it to me. And that's what makes it important. And I lost it for like 2 weeks. And so I finally was at the gym, and I said, hey, this morning, as a matter of fact, this morning, it was like almost 6 in the morning. I just done working out. And I said, hey, can I ask you a question? You guys have a lost and found over here? He's like, yeah, sure. I was like, well, I lost my a necklace. It's like a leather rope, and it's like a tooth. It looks like a tooth. And he said, well, yeah, let me check it out real quick. And man, he said, we normally keep them for a month. And when he pulled it out and he said, is it this one? Oh man, my eyes lit up. My energy just filled my body. And I was so thankful. I was like a little kid at a candy store because I love my family down there. And our Indian heritage is very strong. As a matter of fact, every time I play football, every time I lay somebody out on the field, I always say that's my Lenca blood. That's my Indian blood. And if you don't like it, it's not that long. But I like it. I think the next time I'm going to put a couple of feathers. Normally our Indians, they have the feather up here in the front. But since I wear a hat, I'll probably put a couple of feathers back here and put it this way so you guys can see it. Let's see. Say they redacted Trump's name. No, okay, well, I'm going to tell you about Epstein files. I got 3 things that I heard about it. You might not like it. You might enjoy it. Let's say, Orale says, Crystal. I'm not even going to read your last name because that sounds bad. You probably did that on purpose, I'm sure. But God bless you, man. God bless you, my Mexican brother. Angelo Ziracelli says, it looks cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I love compliments more than the bad comments that make me laugh. Yeah, I know he's talking about the transcript, but man, isn't that the truth? Well, this is why they wanted everything to be transparent, but they won't allow it. It's not the president's call, apparently. The last thing I heard, though, on the government side was that DOJ has given all the files, right, for this trial to start. So we'll see what happens. But I got 3 things that I've heard from your favorite person, Maxwell. She said 3 things, but it might not be what you want to hear. Gracias, carnal. Gracias. Love my Mexican brothers, man. Joe Dirt, I'll laugh aloud. What you see is what you get. Fucking WB Paisa. Wait, what is WB? Wannabe? Wannabe Paisa? What's WB? Come on, man. Help me out. Ingrid says America forever. T, yeah, I agree. Sorry, I was talking to the guy in the comments. It's all good, brother. No war or sister. I don't know. T sounds like maybe like a guy. Let's see what. Clash. Laugh out loud. I hit myself in the head with a hammer today. Why? Oh, you're a carpenter? Working the constructions, are we? Making some houses? Blue lives is a career and their lives matter as well. All lives matter. Remember that. What's WB, man? This guy is... Oh, jeez. What the hell? Come on, man. Yeah, just keep writing WB, okay? Don't say what it is anymore. Now I know. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. You got me on that one, bro. I forgot about that. But no, I'm not, because I came here on a plane, so I never took the swim. Tyler, were you a cop, man? No. But I will tell you this. When I was 18 years old, I was working at Taco Bell, the graveyard shift. After 10 p.m., we closed the doors, right, for people to walk in. And there always used to be a sheriff that will come out on Friday nights with the other sheriffs in Snohomish. And I always asked them, I said, so I was only a resident green card holder. I said, can I be a police officer? And they said, sure, of course. And you would be great because it looks like you're fit. You speak English. You speak Spanish. You're a good kid. We think you'd be great. You should pursue that. And I said, you know what? I was looking into it, but it says that I have to be a citizen to be a police officer. And so I never really applied because, like I said, I was a green card holder for like 2.5 decades. And that's a long time. So I finally decided to do it. I mean, at 50, I don't know if they hired me as a police officer. I don't think I have the patience, to be honest. I don't think I have the physical condition to be chasing somebody with like 50 pounds of weight. I'll probably pass out and puke trying to chase somebody after a block. Getting old, joints are hurting, arthritis is kicking in. No, I don't think I can be a good cop anyways. I see fed people, says Neil. God bless you, brother. God bless you. Thank you, Carlos. WB stands for Washington's Bridge. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Coben says, Dennis, what up? What's for sale? Green holder? Not my soul, that's for sure. That's not for sale. That belongs to God, not to me. Let's see. Cece says, I'm assuming that Cece is black. I'm not racist, guys, or prejudiced. I'm just assuming here because she says Black Lives Matter does not mean no one else's life matters. No one else is getting murdered in record numbers at routine traffic stops. It means Black Lives Matter too. Oh man, this is a sensitive subject, guys, but let's be honest, 90% of the crime on black communities is black on black crime. I believe, let's take a look at a couple of statistics because I know some radicals don't like statistics, but then they preach about statistics, and this is why they're radicals. So they're a little bit hypocritical, but we're going to ignore that. Let's see how many black people get shot, not killed, get shot by, what do you want me to look at, by white police or just police in general? Let's just say police. By police officers, by police a year. All right. Let's see. Oh my goodness. The data sets says, I probably won't agree with this, but let's see. Okay. Let's see. Number of people shot to death by the police in the United States from 2017 to 2024. It shows me a graph. It shows the blue is white. The black is black. I'm sorry, guys. That's just the way the graphic is. The red, it's other, and green, nobody knows. Maybe Asian. Who knows? But the most people shot has been white people. And black people are on third place after the unknown and the green, which, after other and unknown, but white people get shot by cops more. Now, let's see how many people die by blacks. How many people die? Oh, that's horrible. Google, you suck. Let's see. Maybe I'm not looking for the right question here. Let's see. Oof. You're not going to like this. But in 2019, this is 19, so I wouldn't be counting that too much. But this is the average. In 2008 was 93% of black being murdered was by black people. 2018 was 89%. 2019 was 88.5%. Let me put in here 2025. See if we get something fresher. See, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Like, people, they go around and racial profiling, sweetheart, it's not racial profiling. If you're speeding, they'll look for you. If you slow down when you're supposed to be going at 35 miles an hour and you're going 50 miles an hour, they're going to look at you. If your windows in your car have smoke coming out of your car, they will look at you. If you're staring at them, they will look at you back. If you give them an attitude, you're giving them a reason to suspect that something is going on in your car. All right, so 2025, it says, doesn't exist, but in 2023 was the most recent, and that was 89% black on black. So there you go. It's not white people, it's not the police, it's black on black crime. So when we say All Matters Live, it's white, any type of community, all America. The one people that gets called on domestic violence, on drugs abuse, somebody's robbing somebody, theft, gun violence, everything. The police gets called. And let's go back in history. BLM, it's, somebody told me what the meaning was, I forgot. But the meaning that we know is Black Lives Matter. That was another meaning that I thought was better. But they started this BLM movement, not with George Floyd. It was with the kid, what's his name? Michael something. Anybody know the last name? Michael? Come on, give me a last name. I need to look him up. I want to tell you what I know about Michael. Come on, give me the last name, guys. I know you know. Juan, I'm going to tell you. Mike Brown. Thank you, Crystal. Michael Brown. Now, let me tell you about this kid. No, that's not the one. What the hell? Okay, maybe it is Mike. Oh, look at this. Killing of Michael Brown, 18-year-old. Let me tell you about this kid. Yeah. Michael Brown, this was the kid that was waving that gun. Do you remember that? I remember that. I remember that he assaulted those elder people at the apartments where he lived. That's another one. He kept bragging about killing cops. You remember that? So yeah, of course, when the police came out, they look at him, they saw, oh, it's a black kid right here. Boom, let's shoot him. That's not how it happened. All right? So that's how they started, as I remember. Coben says, check. James Freeman audits, Long Island audits. Those are the real statistics. Okay, so James Freeman's audits and Long Island's audits, those are the real statistics. Everything for Wikipedia, the government page, or any other association, they're wrong. Let's take a look at James Freeman's audit. Let me see who this James Freeman is first. James Freeman. Oh, he's a journalist? Is that the one that you're talking about? Yeah, I don't believe journalists. They're not a real entity for statistics. Let's say Tyrone Big Arms. Okay, so that's enough for BLM, guys. I don't want to insult people. If you think you're right, okay, that's all right. We're all entitled to our own opinion. I don't want to upset you too much. But, you know, let's talk with, well, no, let's not talk, but let's mention that the kid, Mike Brown, was not a good kid. He needed help. He didn't have parental guidance. Nobody helped this kid change his life, and it was tragic what happened to him. The other person that they made a mural of and people worship, George Floyd. This is the same man that had a drug addiction that was killed, and it was confirmed that his death was a drug overdose. Everybody worships this guy because there was a white man with a knee on his back. Not in the neck here, not anywhere that will obstruct breathing, in the back of the neck. That means part of the back. And I don't think he was putting pressure on him, because I see the picture here, he has his hands on his pockets, but it doesn't seem like a pressure move. A pressure move would be both of his knees on the ground, and he didn't have that. Third, this same George Floyd that people worship for some reason is the same guy that committed a robbery in a house and held a pregnant woman at gunpoint. And if you would have been so righteous, not you guys, I apologize. The way that I speak is the way we speak in Spanish. We're always very generalistic, okay? So I'm sorry if I offend you. It's not you. But if people were so concerned about, righteousness, about justice, they would have never let George Floyd come out of jail. They knew he was a drug addict. He didn't get the help. He should have stayed in jail. Should have never come out. Okay? Black Lives Matter. They did nothing for the black community. And that pisses me off because the black community does need help, but they don't need welfare. The black community is people that are strong. They're able to work. Teach them to have vision, to dream, to fend for themselves. They're going crazy right now because they're being kicked off of welfare. They're crazy. They're like, oh my God, why is the food so expensive? Now that they have to pay for it in cash instead of $3,500 worth of food stamps, now they see that they've been voting for the wrong people. And then they go to a medical, oh my God, $600 for what? For just visit at the emergency room? They gave me an IV that costs $2 to make, and I gotta pay $859? What? It's the real world. I don't go to the doctors because I can't afford to go to the doctors. Man, I paid a $1,000 bill just to go in there and see that there's nothing wrong with me. Oh man, Angela Taylor, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Sorry I haven't seen your message, guys. Man. I hope that I'm not offending people. I'm trying my best, guys, to be kind of neutral and be supportive to everybody, okay? God bless all the beautiful ICE agents. Amen, Pons. Timas, get those bastards back to their own country. Everything was fine until you said that. Come on, man, be nice. RS is a self-hating Hispanic. Don't do that, man. You gotta love yourself. Nobody's gonna do it better than you. You should love yourself. El Toker says we have more billionaire Americans than ever and disparity. Now, do you think that billionaires are the problem, or do you think that maybe we just don't know how to become billionaires? All right, let's see. Juan, Epstein files. I will give you, it's not Epstein, no, it's about Jeff Epstein, but it's not the files. We will talk about it. I'll give you 3 things about it, I promise. Let's see, I want to read some of you guys' comments. Okay, yes, it's 100%. Jake, no, that's good, blah, blah, blah. Too many comments from one person, guys. Make one comment and make it a good one, okay? So Omai says, so take people's health care and, okay, well, let me read that back. Okay, this is, here we are. So take people's health care and food benefits and explain high prices in a corrupt healthcare system. It's just the way the real world is. Yes, that is the real world. If you're able to work, you will be able to give more to your country. And therefore, you should have more self-respect. You are honoring that you are a citizen in this country. If you're able to work, man, you are showing your people that you're not useless, because that's the way they see you right now. If you are able to work and you're just lazy and you just don't care about working because you're getting free housing, free healthcare, free food, and maybe some cash, then you're not helping yourself. Does that make sense? Sissy, it's hard to become a millionaire if you have been historically massacred. Okay. You know how many Hispanic billionaires we have? How many Hispanic millionaires? Let's look at the statistics instead of me making it up. Let's see, Hispanics, millionaires in the U.S. Let's just say the U.S. You ready for this? In 2021, okay, this is 4 years ago, imagine that. Hispanic individuals represented 7% of the millionaires in this country. Now, before I tell you why I mentioned that, let's say here, 76% of white individuals, 8% of black individuals, and 8% of Asian individuals, according to a Forbes report. While this indicates that Hispanics are underrepresented among millionaires relative to their overall population share, it's also true that the number of Hispanic households with a net worth over $1 million is growing. Now, why do I mention Hispanics? Number one, let's remember that whites were enslaved before black people. Number one. 2% of the population during slavery, 2% of the population was slave owners. And that makes 98% of them not slave owners, and they are white. Yeah. And amongst those who owned slaves, there was blacks. Blacks also owned black slaves. You know that from history, right? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Well, don't take that. She says, or he, Sissy says, that because of oppression or whatever, what was the word you used? I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Because he's been historically massacred, she says. Okay. What does that got to do with you being alive today? You're welcome, Cash. I don't know about Bitcoin, guys, so I apologize about that. Okay, so you don't have to answer the question. I mentioned the Hispanics because let me remind you that the Spaniards, they took, I'm speaking about my Honduran country here. They took our gold, all of our valuable earth minerals. They raped our women. They enslaved my people. They tried to annihilate us. We fought back. Now, out of that atrocity, we all speak Spanish. It might not be Spaniard Spanish. We call it Castilian, but it's known as Spanish from Latin America. And I'm going to tell you something. That happened in Mexico as well. It happened in all the Americas. And to have so many Hispanics that have gone through oppression, slavery, government, tyranny, oppression, they have gone through the same things that we have gone through our history. I'm not saying our history is nice. We have a very ugly history, but it is nonetheless our history, and we don't want to repeat that. But if we keep talking about it, and we keep saying that this particular group of people are the reason why, you will never amount to anything. You will always make that excuse and think that this is how it is, but it's not. If you stop playing the victim, well, 2% of people, not white people, 2% of people in the United States during slavery owned slaves, not white people. 2% of people. Ah, man. Carlos, why you put me in the spot, bro? I don't blame the white man for me not owning a house right now. You see, I started making babies way too young. Way too young. And to be honest, I didn't give them the love that I needed to give them as a man. Now, I paid child support for 22 and a half years. You know, I cry for my kids. I didn't have them. I cry for them. I'm not trying to be a crybaby here, okay? I cry for them. I wanted to be with them. Everybody told me, hey, listen, when they grow up, they're going to know that you love them, that you pay child support, and they're going to appreciate that. You know what happens when they grow up? They don't talk to me. Once in a while, I get my firstborn, he always talks to me. The only kids I have is my last two. They live with me. But that's my problem. See, I was absent in that home. I wasn't able to guide them. I wasn't able to teach them how to be better people for this country. So their moms get to raise them, and who knows how she raised them. You know, I don't have a contact with them, so I don't know what to say. So to say that how many properties I own, let me tell you, I own 2 pieces of property in Honduras because while I was here, I was buying property in Honduras to live there. Back in 2003, I got divorced. It wasn't my doing. It was, I don't want to say too much about it. I don't want to make the other person look too bad. But we had a divorce. I went to Honduras. I was there for a month and a half. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. And one night, one of my cousins leaves his full 9mm loaded on the lamp, on the night table. I grabbed that gun. And for some reason, I decided to pray before I pulled that trigger. And I just thought, I'm just going to say my goodbyes. This is it. It's better to just finish it, just end it. And some people actually wish me to do that today, but it doesn't happen anymore. And so I went to sleep after prayer. I never used the gun. I put it back. I woke up the next day. I slept 24 hours, almost 25 hours. My cousin thought I was lost. I left somewhere, but I was in the house. And I went downstairs, and she made me a couple of eggs with some beans and tortillas. A little bit of sour cream, I remember. And I said, cousin, I don't have a job here. I said, I want to give you my 2 pieces of land just for 1 ticket back to the United States of America. I need to go to work, and if I cannot be with my children, I need to pay child support. And she says, no, 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 no. She says, I'll let you borrow the money. I'll buy you the plane ticket. I said, no, this is going to be a long time. I'll give you my land. Give me a plane ticket to go back to the United States. I need to go pay child support. It's the least that I can do for my children. True story, whether you believe it or not. Doesn't matter. That's what we need. We need dads to step up in this country. Nobody has it easy. I get it. But to say that I cannot move forward because of the white man, what am I doing? What am I doing? I can't say I can't move forward because blacks have the advantage now. What am I doing? I gotta work hard myself. I gotta prove to myself that I am worthy of being who I am. And now that I'm an American citizen for the last 7 years, I am so blessed to be an American citizen. And yes, we are buying property, but we don't own it. So, you know, we're saving up. We really want to get something nice. So we're saving up, and hopefully we get to do something before we die. Oh man, if I don't get to see the house before I die, I'm gonna die sad, I guess. And the only reason, guys, why I say that is because, see, my purpose in my life is try to fight my weakness. I want to be able to love people, like truly love people. But what will make me happy is when I died, I want to make sure that my wife and my children have a house, they have their vehicle, and they are taken care of. If I can manage to do that, then I can die in peace. That's my purpose in my life. So how do I get there? Well, first of all, I do that by loving the American people. And I will tell you, I mentioned it before, but I will tell you why I say American people. Because when I love, honor, and respect the American people, that same love, honor, and respect comes back to me. Whether people want to give it to me or not, it doesn't matter. It is God from above that blesses me with that love, that honor, that respect. God is the one that blesses my life for that. And it's not a face, God. It's not a face. God is good. Oh, yeah, Renee, that's right. God is good. Ozzy, Jacoby, spare us your fake outrage. So you became a citizen and support tossing the ladder behind you. Wait, tossing the ladder behind me? How do you know I use a ladder for my backdrop? So got kids out of wedlock. Yeah, it was bad. I had two out of wedlock. Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, I made so many dumb mistakes when I was young, but that's when I was young, you know. All I can do now is guide my children, at least the last 2 that I have. There's no more making babies. Guide them as best as I can, you know. And I try to spend as much time as I can with my daughter. You guys have heard me. If you're a regular subscriber and you come and visit my lives, you guys always hear me. Okay, I gotta stop the live. I gotta take my daughter to the pool. Right. That's the time that I get to spend with her, and it's so special to me because when we're in the water, we're tossing the ball, and then we're hugging, and I'm pulling her in the water, you know, and you know it's a good daddy-daughter moment, you know. I have not had such peaceful time more than last month when I was in Honduras with her, all day, all night, just me and my baby girl. Such a blessing, you know. Any materialistic things that I can gather on this earth, they mean nothing. Maybe when I die, my wife can just sell them for some cash. But hopefully I leave them something so that they can live happy in their lives. And I hope that my kids can see the good side and the bad side of me. And then that way they can make a decision on what is the bad side and what is the good side. Hugo, you're right. First, Donald Trump. Crystal says Tiata knows their history. What did Tiata say? I know Tiata comments a lot in here. I missed Tiata's comment. Let's see if I can find it. Oh man, that must have been a long time ago. So Nucho says you abandoned your children in Honduras. You could not make a wage and be a father there. The only... Oh, no. Nucho, you misunderstand. All my children are here in the United States. I moved to Honduras because I thought I can be happy over there. But then I couldn't. So I came back to the States to pay child support for them. They were not in Honduras. Let's see. The only solution for fathers in Honduras is to come to America to support their children, but you have to leave. I don't believe that, and I tell you that because as a son, when my mother left me, she had the best intentions, of course. You know, she came to the States when I was 8 years old, and she came with good intentions, but I can tell you that as many days that I starved, as many days that I felt neglected, abused, whatever, it wouldn't have mattered if I would have had my mother. But I didn't have my mother, so that made it worse. That's all I'm going to say about that story, because I don't want to say too much about those kind of things. But it's true, 100%. Whatever I tell you is true. Let's see. Triple H says, Dennis for Congress. Thanks, brother. Hey, who knows? Maybe I'll take you up on that here soon. I'll probably get shot like the JF Kennedy before I become a governor, because I will change the Washington State will change. It will take a 180 turn. Businesses will be booming. Americans will be rewarded by working extra hard. Spending time away from your family to work to support the state, they will be rewarded for that. Rules have to change. Government has to change. Oh man, you got me all excited. I'm not even running for anything. Tiata says, the banana wars were a series of conflicts that consisted in military occupation, police action, and intervention by the United States in Central America. Yes, and the Caribbean between the Spanish-American War. That is correct. Tiata, you actually bring some good history stuff in here. I like it. Renee says, God bless you, brother, for you, and praying for you and your family and your live stream here on YouTube. Thank you, Renee. God bless you. I appreciate it. Much love to you. I send you a big warm hug here from my home to you. Draco says, anyone that throws out percentages is usually lying. Yeah, most likely. I mean, this is just the statistics that I read to you, but so how are we going to believe what the other people say? They have to use statistics, right? Same shit. I mean, I apologize about that. I'm trying not to curse, guys. I'm trying not to curse. You keep getting super vulnerable and raw. That's dangerous on the internet. These people will throw it in your face at the slightest chance they get. Crystal, 100%, hermano. That's true. And I do get vulnerable like that, but I'm working on it. Let's see. Carlos, you are talented. Use your energy beside red or blue politics premises. If said George Carlin. yeah, you're right, brother. But we'll see. I've done radio, Christian radio, photography. You guys will probably know already if you have searched my name. I do a lot of stuff, man. I think it's natural amongst Hispanics. We do all kinds of jobs. I mean, I've done sheetrock work. I've done framing work. I've done construction. I do technical support. You know what I'm saying? I do logistics, which is like shipping and scheduling, blah, blah, blah. I've done all kinds of stuff. Even electronics, electricity, plumbing. I've been maintenance for apartment communities. I've been a leasing agent for apartment communities. Dude, I've done so many jobs. It's crazy. All right, Cash Talks, I want to thank Mexico for allowing Coke to move through back in the day. Yes, believe that. As the hundreds of John Deere workers recently laid off due to tariffs, If we have manufacturers back in the country, they will get their jobs back. But we need to stop fighting Trump. Every single thing that he does, people want to fight him. I just don't understand. How do you expect this country to move forward if you don't respect what the people voted for? You know, give it some time. I mean, we're making hundreds of billions of dollars already. Let's not forget that 2024, we made $4.1 trillion in tariffs. And most of it was from Donald Trump. And I know Biden put some tariffs in there somewhere. We'll give Biden some credit. You seem great, man. Thank you, William. God bless you, brother. Obey my dog. Yeah, when? Years from now? Probably. Maybe never. But I will say this. We are being very hopeful, and I hope that you guys are as well. Or at least be a little bit, maybe not hopeful, but yeah, I guess a little hopeful that 2026 we're going to see something nice happen in the United States of America. To be honest, I worry about what's happening with Ukraine. I don't think it's fair. I sometimes I'm disappointed on our president because of the Putin thing. Now, I understand. I look at both sides of the story. Well, I mean, if it's not American, is a nationality, my friend. Don't worry about that. I don't know. I think Donald Trump gives Putin too many chances. But I also understand that he didn't create this war. And I know a lot of people are tired of hearing that, but I think people don't get what he's trying to say. You see, Obama made promises. Biden made promises. And none of those promises were kept. And now people expect Donald Trump to keep those promises. That's not his promises. But the promises that he has made, he has kept. They did the big, beautiful bill, which a lot of people call it the big, ugly bill, right? Democrats in the Congress, they complain about being up late at night. I was with them late at night. 3.5 hours. I was with them listening to their BS and their, whatever they call that filibuster thing for complaining. Oh, it's so late. We can't see clearly and blah, blah, blah. I was there watching it. As a matter of fact, I made a video about that. Big, beautiful bill had a lot of money requested. But let me tell you what the difference is. I don't want you to think that I'm defending Donald Trump, okay? Let me tell you what I see about this big, beautiful bill. Okay, Obama didn't do shit for the economy. All right, excuse my French. But Obama didn't do anything for the economy. Maybe some. Biden didn't do anything for the economy. As a matter of fact, the economy was going down the drain. Here's the difference. Obama passed a bill. Biden passed a bill. Budget money was taken out and nothing was coming in. Here is the difference. Donald Trump had the Republican congressman work on the big, beautiful bill even before, almost a year before he was in office, elected president. They worked on this bill all this time, trying to make it the best for America. And then looking at the budget and they say, wait a minute, we're $37 trillion in deficit. This is not going to happen. We're not going to do it. Donald Trump says, hey, do it. Make the bill. We'll call it the big, beautiful bill. Make it. What happens? He's kept his promise with the border. I know we don't like it, but most of us agree with it. But that's why we voted for him. Border is closed. One. He barely got that bill passed. But here's the difference. He didn't just go, oh, let's pass that bill, guys. No. This guy goes to work almost day and night, it seems. He goes to the Middle East. Thank you, JP. He goes to the Middle East. Boom. The Prince of Qatar welcomes him. Guys, I know he supported some terrorist groups. I don't care about that. What I care about is the future. Now, he goes to Qatar, comes out of there, talks to other princesses in there, and then, they make a deal over there. Came back with I think it was, don't quote me on this, but you guys can collaborate. Google it, do whatever you want. He came back with a $13 trillion investment in the United States of America through technology. IA, I think is what it was, right? Artificial intelligence. Oh wait, AI, artificial intelligence. 13 point something $trillion. And then he went and took care of the Abraham Accords, which puts all of the sons of Abraham. If you guys don't know, all the Muslims, I believe Palestinians, Afghanistan, Iraqis, all those peoples are sons of Abraham through the Egyptian slave, okay? But nonetheless, the father is Abraham. And then Israel comes from Sarah, the actual wife of Abraham. All of these people, they're all Semitic, as you guys will call them. I don't call them that, but just so that you can see. And when you go anti-Semitic, you're going against all of them. Jews, Arabs, all these people, okay? They are all family, whether they like it or not. So the Abraham Accords, it's a good thing. Now, whatever's happening in Hamas and Israel, Iran, and all this stuff, that's a whole little different story, okay? We're not going to get into that right now. Owen the Thinker says $13 trillion in what? Cash? No. Investment. Technology. So, and that's not for 1 year, of course. It's through like 4 to 6 years or something like that. But the point is this. The point is that he made the big, beautiful bill. We're going to take some money from there. But we got tariffs. Tariffs are just so you know, tariffs doesn't go to us, okay? Tariffs goes to support the government. Why is it important to pay tariffs? I find two benefits. One of them, it's we should be paying less taxes as local Americans because the government doesn't have to collect so much taxes from us. They collect it from businesses. Now, if you're a business that imports from other countries and you don't have a business because you were able to be wise and able to invest the right way to pay Americans the right wages, what are we saying here? Why are you complaining that prices in America are going up? Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. When you get all these lazy millions of people on welfare back to work, there's more money being made, there's more taxes being paid, less money being paid out in benefits. Tariffs brings trillions of dollars throughout all but 10 years. Our $37 trillion deficit, we made $4.1 trillion in 2024. Why are there $22 trillion missing? And all of this money, I'm sorry I'm raising my voice, I get passionate, I go crazy, but where are this money? Democrats have been in office and over $22 trillion are unaccounted for. Look it up. Donald Trump didn't introduce the big, beautiful bill with nothing. He's making investments. He put tariffs on. The world came in, negotiated. Why are we playing blind? Donald Trump has made this happen. Whether you like him or not is irrelevant. I can hate Donald Trump. I don't like this guy. That's why I put him in the cup. I don't like this guy. That's why I wear this hat. Make America great again. I hate this guy. But man, he's doing such great things for this country, for the world. 6 wars he stopped. I know it's nothing for Democrats, I get it. But he's done it. You can call him an authoritarian. If that's what you want to call him, then maybe that's what this country has needed and the world. Because let's not forget, the United Kingdom, NATO, was talking trash about Donald Trump. You remember that? They were talking trash about the United States of America. You remember that? But what happened? Trump happened. And what happens today? America is back on top, baby. America is bringing manufacturers back. Now, it's taking a couple of decades to get rid of all of our jobs. Trade school was a big deal back in the 90s. I still remember. You know what's not a big deal today? Trade schools. You know what's a big deal today? Universities. Trillions of dollars in debt for America. And I blame universities for that BS. Guys, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. You have your own opinion. But I blame universities for it. They have been pushing socialism This is a capitalist world. This is, sorry, it's a capitalist country, not a world. Okay? But they've been pushing socialism. And like, let me see, who said that my feelings were compromised? I forgot your name, I'm sorry. Crystal, you said something about it. Let's see. Yes, in 2008, I also remember that the stock plummeted to like 600, and now it's in the 6,000s. All right, so just like Crystal said, they can play on my emotions because I tell them the truth about how I feel, and they will throw it to my face any chance that I get. They do the same thing with people that want peace. They hate them, and they throw that in their face. But Trump doesn't care. He's like, hey, you can hate me all you want, but I'm going to clean D.C. D.C., and guys, what is so wrong about this? D.C. is the capital of our beautiful country, USA. Why is it so hard to support the police, which agree with Donald Trump bringing the National Guard? Why is it so hard to clean up our cities? It's not a tyranny. A tyrant or a king will not go out there in person and bless these people, bring them burgers from the White House, pizza. I'd be sold with the pizza by itself. Not really, I'm joking. Okay? But he's made that. You guys, people have made fun of him because of McDonald's. He really was happy making those fries. Did you see him in the White House? Remember for Easter? What was he doing? Huh? You remember? He was over there with the grandkids. Man, just drawing and coloring. Come on, man. Give the man some credit, will ya? How can you have somebody fight for us so much, and yet you still hate him? I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'm giving you facts. Israel and Iran, maybe they're not done. But there was a peace deal, whether we like it or not. People that once supported terrorists allowed President Donald Trump to call them by their born maiden name. You guys remember that the live from Qatar? The Crown Prince Mohammed? I think it's Mohammed, right? I think that's his name. What did he call him? He told him, hey, Johnny, stand up, Johnny. And he got up with a big smile on his face. Man, I was so proud to see that. You know what? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And I am sure they think the same way. We cannot allow ourselves, our egos, to hate other country leaders, because then we start wars. Look what the Donald Trump, the president that we have, said about Canada, about Carney. For me, the guy's a jerk. The guy is waste of time, okay, to me. But to Trump, he says, I like him, even though he's talking a lot of trash about him, but he has to say those things. He says, I like him. Putin, I have a good relationship with Putin. I don't believe it, but he says it out of courtesy, maybe diplomacy, right? I have a good friendship with President Xi. I don't believe it, but he says it. President Xi probably doesn't believe it, right? They show it on the news all the time. They still talk trash about Donald Trump. But let me tell you what NATO says today. NATO says, thanks to Donald Trump, our President Donald Trump, he says, thanks to him, we are able to start making these deals. Nobody's been able to make Putin have a meeting like this. What happened with Zelensky? Zelensky comes in the first time. I want my money. You guys said this and you guys promised. No, that was Biden's promise. You guys said this. Kept disrespectful. Didn't even wear a jacket to the party. You got to go to a party. You got to bring a jacket. Get a jacket suit. Whatever it is, you have to have a jacket suit. Now, you may think that's nothing, but what happens? Donald Trump went off on live TV. Hey, wait a minute. Who are you talking to? Like, we don't owe you anything. You want to make a deal? Let's make a deal. And what I love the most about this moment, our future president, J.D. Vance, gets up and says, wait a minute, you don't come to our country and disrespect our people, our president. You don't get to come over here and tell us what to do and how to feel. You haven't even said thank you one time. I said thank you. No, you didn't. You came here to demand money. You were disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. And what happens? Jay, homie, what happens? Now Zelensky comes back, and the people in CNN, MSNBC, oh, Zelensky had to bring all these leaders from all over the world because he needs protection from Donald Trump. Meanwhile, it was Donald Trump that invited them to come with him. How about that? That's a fact. And the NATO said that. So there's that. Mark, beautiful secretary for NATO. Love that guy. Such a happy guy. This is how I see some of those European countries, like a happy person, you know? And unfortunately, they're having their issues as well with illegal immigration, but may God help them as well as our country. But what happens? NATO now loves Trump. You guys remember all the trash they were saying? They were saying all these nasty things about Donald Trump. Well, they don't say that no more. Now they say, thanks to Donald Trump. Guys, it's a fact. Go take a look at that interview. Watch how the leaders talk about Donald Trump. I don't think everybody should go back to their country of origin. I think a lot of people deserve to get papers, especially they have shown love for this nation. They are respectful. They are not drunkards, you know, they're not wife beaters. They are good material. Unfortunately, yes, it is 700 million for the Powerball. I did not buy that ticket. I bought Mega and Lotto. That was it. And by the way, I hit the Lotto, I hit the Mega last week. I went to the gas station and got my $15. Woo! We're in the money. Anywho, just so that you know that I'm not defending Donald Trump. I don't like how he allows Putin to keep doing what he does. But I also know from a fact that when they were having talks, Russia and Ukraine were having talks way before this war started. Zelensky talked to our president, well, the digital pen. He talked to them and said, hey, Russia is over here threatening us. What do we do? Oh, well, hey, you know, we got your back. Okay. To Russia, I want to tell you something. If you come to Ukraine, we will destroy you. Hey, Biden, how about that money you offered me? Can I still get it? Right? Yeah, because now I threatened the guy, and now he's really going to come in and do an invasion. And Biden goes on there and he says, hey, I'm putting my foot down. You are only allowed to make a small invasion, an incision. You can make a small incision, Biden says. So what does Russia say? Oh, okay, we'll just make a small incision and destroy these many buildings. Kill thousands of Ukrainians. That's not right. It's not right. Ukrainians are beautiful people. So are Russians. Yeah, we got some crazy ones, but those are the fun ones. Those are the ones you make warriors, and you want them as friends. Let's get that straight for now. We want those to be our friends, okay? We want the weak ones to be our friends, but let's be honest. Those weak friends, we just take care of them, okay? And that's okay because we're loving people. And hey, the strong, if I'm weak, right, compared to somebody else's strength, and there is another strong person, stronger than me, and they protect me, I'm blessed. They're my friends. I appreciate it. I can't fight the world. I'm getting old. Yeah, you know, I can still talk mess, but it's just talk. I'll probably get my ass kicked on the street. You know, I'll probably think, oh, let's go, I'm a boxer, and then I'll just miss everything. You know, I'll probably just pass out before anybody even punches me. That's the reality of my age. But don't forget, I do have some guns. And it's not for the Second Amendment. This is a different kind of guns. It's just a joke, guys. I'm trying to make you guys laugh. I will make a fool of myself to make you laugh. Because I think sometimes comedy is a relief that we all need from all these crazy-ass politicians, the politics that we live, all this talk about war, talk about conspiracies. Man, we gotta laugh sometimes, man. We gotta unplug, you know what I mean? It's not cool. And I'm gonna tell you, I know I get a lot of negative comments on here, but I will tell you something. When once in a while I catch a comment and you guys are giving me positive vibes, you're throwing out prayers, you give me compliments, and I will tell you something. That makes my night. And the next day when I'm at work, I'm pumped. I feel the support. I feel the love. Man, I'm telling you, it's like, I don't know, it's like almost like an addiction, you know, to do lives now, you know, and I'm learning how to deal with things myself, you know, because a lot of people do try to offend on purpose, right? They do. It's not a joke. Sometimes they're like really serious about it. And yeah, Crystal, yes, I am making a literally, I really am. Hopefully the connection is okay. I always check it. Believe it or not, listen, this is the reality of life. Sometimes you think that you got 2 gigabytes of download speed by Comcast, Xfinity. But the reality is you only get about 984 megabit download. And when you do it live, it goes all the way down to like 50 megabits download speed. I see my chats. They be freezing sometimes. PRL, call ICE, deport Dennis to El Salvador. That's the wrong country, brother. Here, let me help you out. If I was to get deported, which I don't think they can deport an American citizen, but if I was to get deported, please send me here. Okay? Honduras. Yeah, that's the place that I will want to get deported. Let's see. Joe says, bro, I don't know what the are you saying I'm talking about. Donald Trump, report this guy back to where he came from. Remember when that used to be like a racist thing to say to especially Hispanics and Asians? The white people, go back to your country. Now this guy's saying it like nothing. It's all good. Gary says, Dennis, show us your papers. Your fake passport. Oh man, you guys are so mean. Believe it or not, that old guy right there is me. Hey, if these are fake, man, that's a really good job, because every time I come to the immigration, they just say, welcome home, Mr. Herrera. Woo! I love to hear that when I'm back in the States, baby. Great balls of fire. Hey, I want to take some time here to say thank you guys. Really, thank you for the likes. I see, man, what? Oh my, I reached 2,000 subscribers within a month and a half. This is only because of you guys showing me your love, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Let's see, K-May says, Trump will win the Nobel Peace Prize. K-May, I think it's way overdue. I really do. Cece says you better carry that passport around, and your kids' passports too. You voted for a police state, and I am happy that we have the police state. Why are you afraid of the police? They are there to protect and service. It's a true story. I got pulled over on the freeway by the whitest freaking man I ever seen in my life. Shaved head, blue eyes, you name it. The guy was mean looking. He thought I owed him money, something. He pulled me over because my nephew on my passenger side put the seatbelt underneath his arm, so I couldn't, you know, you can see my seatbelt, but my nephew's seatbelt was under, so it looked like he didn't have one. Okay, so he pulls me over, and he says, do you have a license registration? I was like, sure. Insurance? Sure. Will you step out of the car, please? And I was like, yeah, sure, sir. Step out of the car, takes me to the back of the car. He handcuffs me, and I said, whoa, that's a little tight, sir. He's like, well, if it's too tight, let me know. But his face is like this. If it's too tight, let me know. And then he handcuffs me, puts me in the back seat of the car. He said, I'm going to put you here just for our safety, your safety and my safety. And I was like, sure, no problem. Now, my nephew is over there in the front of the car, right? So I get it. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. The fact is that we are supposed to respect authority, as my mother taught me. So I'm sitting in the back seat of this car, and there's a hole in the back seat. And I was like, oh, hey, you know what? There's a spot over here where you can put your hands with the handcuff, and they don't hurt anymore. He said, like this. Well, you're the first guy that figures that out. Everybody else tries to fight and kick. I don't understand why. And I sat there for like maybe 5-10 minutes, and I was talking with him. And remember my description. The whitest police officer I ever seen. Shaved head with blue eyes. Handcuffs me, puts me in the back of the car, and he runs my papers, and he says, okay, everything checks out. Thank you for your cooperation. Gets out of the car, opens the door, takes the handcuffs off, and then he turns around. He said, I apologize. No, it's not a fake story. I put that on me. Not anybody else, on me. God said, let your yes be yes and your no be no. But I put that on me. It's a true story, 100%. I turned around and I said to the patrol, state patrol, I said, can I shake your hand? And he said, sure, of course, sir. He called me sir. And I shake his hand and I said, thank you for what you do. I know what people do to state patrols, police officers, authorities. They don't respect it. But thank you for doing your job. I feel a lot safer that you are being as cautious as you are. I didn't find anything wrong with him telling me to get in the back of the car with handcuffs. That's okay. Whatever it is. I have also seen people kicking windows and just throwing a fit. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. And they keep their arm up here. It's like, bro, you are resisting. So I have a lot of respect for police. Mind you, I wanted to be a police officer myself. And one of the reasons was because I speak Spanish. So if I ever encountered a person that didn't speak Spanish, I wouldn't say, are you legal? No, I will take care of them. No matter what it is. It's what you do. Right? Being in handcuffs is not a violation of your rights, sir. That's not a violation. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. Have you seen police officers get shot in the face when they do a routine stop? I have. I have seen the violence when people get nervous that they got dirt on. If they're not handcuffed, there is no safety for the person, number one, and the police officer. While you're back there in that seat, handcuffed, minding your business, cooperating, finding that little spot to get comfortable. Be patient. You got nothing to hide. You got nothing to worry about. And I went about my business. I was so happy. I told my nephew, oh, what a great sheriff. What a great state patrol. What a trooper. God bless him. Hey, let's go have fun at Wild Waves. And my nephew said, Uncle, but he took you in the car. That's an officer. You respect authority every single time. Never, never argue with authority. Let them do what they're going to do. And if they do something they're not supposed to do, then we see them in court. That's just what I think. You don't want to believe my story, that's fine. But that's my story and it's the truth. Speak the truth is exactly well said. The story you're telling is very flawed. Go ahead, David, enlighten me how flawed it is to respect police officers. If you cooperate, things could work out just fine. And not only that, but showing them respect, you actually do the same thing that I just said that you guys do for me. You see, I may have a contradictory point to what you believe, what you feel, or what you think. But when you guys show me love, you show me support, when you give me that like, right? When you give me that, it makes me feel really good. And I feel like maybe I'm doing something for my country. Maybe I'm giving somebody, words of hope or whatever, right? The same thing goes to police. When you support them, when you thank them for doing their job, maybe they came in with a bad intention, maybe. But when you thank them and you shake their hand and you don't fight and argue with them, they probably be like, man, I just had this jerk. I got no patience. and maybe they pulled you over. That's your chance to make them feel special. Give him a positive word. Could never bring myself to give this guy a Lyle. Whatever that is, I don't want it. IQ too low to be a cop. Jacoby, probably. I probably have a very low IQ to be a police officer. You're probably right about that, my friend. If you were a cop, you can't speak English or Spanish. Hey, there's sign language. I know a couple, but I just can't show it to you on YouTube. Sometimes kids actually watch my live, so I'm trying to be a good dad and a good friend and a good person. On Marv, dude, we run your plates before we even approach you. You were so happy that he handcuffed you for nothing? Yes, show respect, but don't be mistreated. He didn't mistreat me. Yeah, he put me on handcuffs. He told me this is for your safety and mine, and I agree. I sat down. I had no fight. I had no pain. Nah, man, we're Americans. We got Americans with nothing to prove. We don't support illegal search, seizure, or detainment as Americans. He never once went to my car and searched anything. He left my nephew in the front, separating both of us, because he knows that maybe I'm a bad guy. And maybe when I find out he's running my license and it's not real, I'm going to take off with my nephew. But if I'm in the back of the car and my nephew's there, he's not going to leave me. I can't take him. It's for our safety. 100%. You see the logic? Parlez-moi en ce langage. Qu'est-ce que nous parlons? Oh, Crystal. Parlez-vous français, monsieur? Oui, oui. Merci beaucoup. Dennis, you forgot that public servants work for us. Yeah, the whole you work for us old story, huh? Yes. So when they work for you, what kind of, what are you? Are you a boss? Are you a master? What does that make you? When you say they work for you, how are you supposed to treat them? I like that. You say the police works for us. How should we treat them? Hey, jerk off, come here. Don't touch me. No, sir, don't do your job. How do you treat your employees? Do you humble yourself? Do you feed them? Are you a good boss? Because I am. I will do whatever I ask my employees to do. And that is respect my position. I respect your position. Yeah, it makes me a taxpayer. And what is a taxpayer supposed to do with authority? Comply. Make their jobs easier. Man, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because now I don't have to defend Trump. Now I can defend authority. The police, they risk their lives every single day to come and help you get a freaking cat off the roof. When you misbehave, they are the ones that come to fix the problem. Yes, 100% report violations. But when you're out there on the freeway, on the street, if they put you in handcuffs in the back of the car, comply. Don't be uncooperative. Don't be, I don't know what's the word that I'm looking for. But don't fight them. Just, hey, I don't like it. But you know what? But you're the police. I respect you. Go ahead, sir. Is this going to take a long time? No? Okay, don't worry. I'll be patient. But I got to be somewhere, okay? Please. Okay, you can do that. I was not violated, ma'am. I don't think you guys understand how the law works. I don't think you understand how we are supposed to behave as American citizens. See, you call it violence. I call it cooperation. You said I was violated, but I was cooperating. He was doing his job. I appreciate it. I'm doing my job. I got nothing to hide. I ain't smoking weed. I'm not driving drunk. I got my license. I got my insurance. whatever. There's nothing he's going to do to me except for being in the back of the car for a few minutes. It doesn't matter what the law says. Not when it comes to this. What you don't understand is a lot of people abuse that people follow the law. I'm not saying the police is not following the law. He's not arresting me. They can definitely detain me. He saw there was no seatbelt on my nephew. That is a reason to pull me over. That is a reason to give me a ticket, which he didn't. Because he believed me when I said he has it under his arm. He saw it. He didn't just go and say, I'm going to buy you a ticket because I didn't see the seatbelt. He didn't do that. He didn't do none of that. None of the things that he did, he violated. I didn't feel violated. I didn't feel scared. I didn't feel like he was threatening me. I didn't feel like I was in danger at any moment during that stop. I just wanted to know why he pulled me over, but he told me that right away. We got that out of the way. When he went to run my papers, most of the time, they don't even take you out of the car. They leave you there. You say, okay, hey, just turn the engine off, blah, blah, blah. Right? But if they tell you to do this, just comply. Stop being so stubborn. Your ego is what gets you in trouble. Your rebelliousness towards respecting authority is what gets you in trouble. It's not that you're black. I ain't black. I'm Hispanic. I'm Indian descent, but I'm not black. They still pull me over. A lot of people say, oh, you're a white wannabe. I don't know, whatever the hell that means. Yeah, you can stereotype whatever you want. My point is, you don't get pulled over because you're brown, black, Asian, or Hispanic. You don't get pulled over for those things. You get pulled over for breaking the law. Either you're speeding, you fell asleep and ran a stop sign, ran a red light, you almost hit somebody, you're swerving because you're on your damn phone, the police thinks that you're drunk because you're driving this way. I see these people driving all the time. I'm out there, I got an American horn. Dun, dun. I ain't got no wussy beep beep horn. I see people swerving on the road. I let them know they're swerving on the road. And most of the time they're doing this on their phone. I'm guilty of doing that sometimes. But I pay attention to the road. And if I got pulled over because I'm using my phone, that's my fault, not the police. That's right, observe. An American horn. That's what I call a real man's horn. Every woman needs to have a car with a real horn on it, and only Americans make it. I sometimes drive my company's Mercedes van for deliveries, and it is so embarrassing. People cut me off on the freeway. Crystal, people cut me off on the freeway, and when I honk, beep, beep, what the hell? Who's going to listen to that? Makes no sense. It's a weak horn. You know, if I was to put a Mexican horn on it, it would be like fa-da-fa-fa-fa, fa-da-fa-fa-fa. But that's still a loud horn. Oh man, nothing like a real American horn. Oh man, no discipline equals disrespectful. I don't know what that means. I can hear the Hispanic accent, buddy. Try. What? I don't understand. Okay, I want to say this one more time. Maybe we got some new people in here. English, American English. American English is not English. It's a language like Spanish for Castilians. For all the Latinos that are in America that speak Spanish, it's not really Spanish. It's Castilian. American English is not called English. It's called American English because there's a lot of different migrants with different accents that speak English. My Spanish accent, it's an American accent in English. Mystic is speaking Chinese, he says. All right. Man, this is some real good coffee, man. You guys are doing better tonight. It's okay, sweetheart. Carlton Merrill says, yes, Sissy, yes, a dialect. You're right. It's American English, correct. Yes. Sissy, that man, you're on point on that one. That's what it is. It's a dialect. mixed with Spanish, and then now we speak Castilian. In Spanish, we call it Castellano, okay? Just so you know. Salvadorians, Mexicans, Guatemala, everybody that is Hispanic in America that speaks Spanish is a Castilian. We speak Castilian. To an American ear, it's a Hispanic accent we hear. 1904. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I think Crystal was the one that pointed out what that means. Enrique Tarrio, the former leader of the Proud Boys, was not deported. He is an American citizen who was recently pardoned for his role in the January 6, 2021 U.S. Capitol riot. Do you remember why they made that riot, right? I told you that earlier, I think. I don't know if you were on here yet. But, yeah, I think they were set up, and I blame the government. Here is some interesting news that you guys probably don't know about January 6th and Joe Biden's exit from the White House. Let me tell you something. If a president, you're on crack, boy. If a president is going to give you a pardon, what would he give you a pardon for? Go ahead. All right, here we go. Marco says, I hate how how our own people get racist when they find out you're supporting the country you're from. Man, I know, brother. I know. It's okay, man. Okay, Observe says crimes. Yes. Brad says, of course you do, God almighty. Tobias says Trump was leaving. No. Biden was leaving. What crimes? I mean, I just told you. Shit. Why would a president need to pardon you? You guys got it already, I think. A crime committed. Correct. Crime. Maxwell. No. She don't get a pardon. Maybe. Hold on. Oh, that's right. I got to tell you about the Epstein. Hold on. Okay, whatever, bro. Why? Stephanie says, why don't you go sign up to work for ICE if you love law enforcement so much? They are aggressively hiring. That is very tempting, but this old body of mine is not as strong as it looks. I know it's like the physique is great, but it just looks. It just looks. All right, here we go. You're correct. If you have committed a crime, it doesn't matter what it is. The president has the power to pardon you. Here is the problem with Joe Biden's pardons. Have you guys looked at it? Let me see. Who has looked who Joe Biden pardoned? Now, I want to see if anybody has seen this. Who has Joe Biden? This is the coconut you're talking about, the Hispanic bad English. Who did Joe Biden pardon? His son? Okay, understandable. But his son for the past and what else? And future crimes. According to the according to Biden's pardoning. His whole family, yeah. His family and peeps, says Bulldozer, yeah. Coben, 33 Jam. Dennis, stop the madness. You don't want to be a pig. I would if I could, my friend, I would. But I wouldn't be a pig, man. I'd be a donut guy. All right, Crystal says for 12 years past. Okay, all right. We're getting close. Aha, here we go. BW, oh, what the? I thought you had an answer, man. He said, nice deflection. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to give you a tip. Bulldozer says preemptive pardons. Are those legal? I don't know about that. All right. I said they recently freed Democrats' favorite Maryland dad. The Maryland dad. That is. All right. Okay, Carlos, here's my point. Be patient, brother. I want to give people a chance to communicate. I have been disappointed by many president pardons, both Biden and Trump. I agree. I don't like some of the people Trump's pardon either. But I'll get there, guys. I'll get there. First, Joe Biden says, Anna, be nice. Even though it's a freedom of speech, never mind. You can go ahead and keep typing that. That's fine. Know where he was. All his pardons should be annulled. I agree 100%. Here we go. This is what I'm getting at. I wanted to see if you guys knew who Joe Biden pardon. And this is the reason why. Whoever's mentioning January 6th. Oh, Daisy. Oh, that's an answer. My bad. I didn't see it. Okay, Daisy is on the money. She's like 90% there. Peep this, if you didn't know. I told you guys, well, I don't know if you guys were here at that time. I told you guys that there were police officers telling people to come inside. Okay? There was a police officer, not the good one, that killed a woman in there and people going crazy. All right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Now, one of the pardons was to pardon all of the police of January 6th. Pardon what? They haven't committed any crimes. What are you talking? Pardon the police from January 6th. They haven't committed crimes at all. Nobody is saying anything about the police officers that were pardoned with no crimes. You know what it means? I know 1904 that you love this bean burrito. You know what it means? They don't want anyone to investigate them, because once they get put under oath, once they get investigated, the truth will come out. But guess what? Whoever said that those pardons should be annulled, they should. Because a digital pen for a pardon or an executive order should not be digitalized. If you want to sign a Hallmark card or letters to your fake donors, go ahead and use a digital pen. We ain't stupid, man. I'm going to tell you something. Do you know why I don't buy Donald Trump's shirts that he signs? Or the hats that he signs? Because I don't believe it's a real signature. I don't want a digital signature. I want to see him signing that with his hand. Why was Hunter pardoned? Oh, man, the world may never know. Or just the left people. Sorry, guys, this is supposed to be a neutral ground, all right? This is not a Republican or Democrat. We're all in the same deal. All right, Crystal, I want you to tell me, what do you think about that? What do you think about the police officers for January 6th being pardoned without any crimes? You seem to have your head on the right shoulders. Coben, primo. Which one? I don't have any KKK primos. Excuse me. Man, I've been talking so much, man. I'm losing my voice. Let's see. Ashley Babbitt. That's her name? That's the girl, right? Died after being shot by a U.S. Capitol police officer while attempting to climb through a shattered door in the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. You know what I find funny is that they are climbing to windows and coming through doors, but they got rid of the video where the police is telling them to come inside. They're guiding them through. They had a lot of FBI's dressed as Republican agitators. How does that work? And there is a lot of people being pardoned from January 6th, and the one person that decides to say, no, I don't want the pardon, is the ones that has a gun and is actually a Democrat. Man, it might just be a theory, man, but I mean, I think it's just as good as they lied. They told us in court. I think it's just as good as hiding all those videos of evidence. I like how freaking Facebook and all these other social medias were blocking the information that Americans were putting out there with videos showing the truth. Let's see. Dennis Herrera, politics is a religion. You should become a pastor. People looking for a savior every 4 years. That's so funny because I used to be a pastor. All right, I'll take it. You are so uninformed, says 45 Darrens. The same kind of people that are radical and say, I don't believe in statistics, but statistics says that we were racist. I apologize about that. That ain't right. And somebody actually did say that, but I mean, I just, I apologize about that. Ozzy says she wasn't trying to climb through. She was telling the crowd to stay peaceful. Bam! Ozzy, thank you. Thank you very much. So what do you say about that? I mean, there you go, bro. 100%. Remember, I didn't say it. Ozzy Crosby, you're the man. January 20th, 2017 was violent, man. Yep. That was crazy. You guys remember that video of the news reporter saying, oh, the riots here are peaceful. And then remember that picture? And then like behind them, the whole town is on fire, burning. Bruh, come on. I want to say this. Republicans haven't done that. Only Democrats have. Everything that has been violent, I'm sorry, I'm in the middle. Everything that Democrats have done has been violent. They, see, look at this. Check this out. Hold on. Democrats tell ICE, the police, take your mask off. Why are you covering your face? Oh, you're violent, you're a criminal, you're whatever. Right? But when Antifa, your favorite group, comes out with their faces covered and they're over there burning buildings and doing all this stuff, none of these governors, none of these mayors say, hey, Antifa, get your mask off. Nobody's allowed to wear any masks. Right? I'm just saying. Crystal says, I live in California. Those riots weren't mostly peaceful. Preach it, brother. Just objectively, they weren't, especially the ones in bigger cities like LA, San Francisco, San Diego, Sacramento, etc. Hey, thanks for that info, Crystal. You're the man. Marcus says they didn't break in the Capitol, Carlos. Oh, another one. How about that? I'm telling you, man, I've been looking for those videos because at first they were showing them, but after they went into the trial, I can't find them anywhere. But I'm telling you, there was a video. It's actually a surveillance video from the inside the Capitol, inside the building. The police was telling people to come inside. They were guiding them inside. Where did that go? It doesn't exist anymore. I'm telling you. You know what? Let me see. Maybe let's do a search here. Let's see. Capitol Police waving 6 people in. Videos. Let me see if I can find a video. Let's see. 6 U.S. Capitol police officers face discipline for wrongdoing. I wonder how that happened. Let's see. Available evidence. Let's see. Rebuts. Fox News Tucker Carlson claimed the Capitol police officers acted as tour guides for Canon Shaman Jacob. So even Carlson Tucker has said that the police was waving like tourists. They were waving the people like tourists into the building. And then, of course, the fact check. You know, the fact guys checking everything that everybody says. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me take a look at this video. Right? I'm going to try to see if I can check it out real quick. If it is the video that I'm talking about, I'll send you. Oh wait, I don't think I can put a link on here, to be honest. But hold on, let me see if I can find it. Come on, sons of biscuits. I gotta wait for a commercial here. Hold on. Yeah. I see some masks, face masks. Yeah. What's Antifa doing there? They're not Republicans. Oh, look at that. Republicans inside the Capitol, the building, with the American flag. Everything's peaceful. Even the police officers are letting them in. Yeah. There was at least hundreds inside waving the American flag. And there's the police officer. He just waved somebody in. He just called somebody to come inside. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. You go make up your own mind. I don't have to see any more because that is one of the videos that I saw. I want you to look up Tucker. Here is an on-scene video from January 6th. Look that up. Watch it carefully, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, the first clip that you see on there is somebody breaking the window, but I want you to pay attention. How many people were inside holding flags? Most of them were escorted in. That's correct, 100%. Watch that video. You will see what I'm talking about. And this is why I get so pissed off that people just believe whatever they say. No, go research, man. There's all the things to look at. You know what I don't like CNN? I don't like CNN because I go and watch, you know what, let's say, for example, the press secretary, right? And they have a press for the president. The president says this, and that. You remember when everybody was saying, oh, President Trump called all illegal rapists. What? No, that's not what he said. All illegals are criminals, but amongst those illegal aliens are rapists, murderers. He didn't say that about all illegals. He didn't say that about migrants, especially migrants. So that's what I think. I think that people, they don't do research. You just hear one thing and that's it. There's a video that I have. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I'll tell you the title, and then you guys can find it on my feed. Let me see. Man, I just... There was this guy. Let me see if I can find it in my videos here. My videos. Let me see what it's called, so you guys don't have to go watch all my stuff. There is a call. There's a video on one of my videos that says MSNBC always on Trump. That's one of my videos. So the guy is talking about Donald Trump. This is before the precision strike on Iran's nuclear facility. MSNBC is talking, and the black guy there is talking how much of a coward Donald Trump is, and nobody respects him, and he's afraid of all the leaders from the G7 summit, blah, 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 right? Listen to how he sees Donald Trump. And then we find out a couple of days later why he left early. Now, I made that video and I said, I'm going to leave this right here because I know where he's going. He's not running away from the G7. Matter of fact, Carney was over there on Trump, okay? So he leaves because he has to make a plan to what he's going to do with the nuclear facility in Iran. What happens? He sends the B-2 bombers to Guam. Remember? Oh, let the news reporter know, hey, there's some B-2 bombers going to Guam. And of course, the faithful legacy media showing the world, hey, look, there's this B-2 bombers going to Guam. And then President Trump told everybody, shut up and don't tell them that we are doing a precision strike on Iran's nuclear facility. Boom, boom, boom. Then he says, oh, hey, by the way, we just neutralized the Iran's nuclear facility. Wait, what? Jasmine Crockett? He didn't tell me. So? He don't have to tell you. It's a preventive strike. It's not war. The president only has to talk to Congress if it's an act of war. This is not an act of war. It's a precision strike to stop nuclear weapons from being built. At least he didn't do what Obama did. He didn't do what George Bush did. Weapons of mass destruction. Let's go kill a bunch of innocent people. Come to find out, there was no weapons of mass destruction. How many people died with Donald Trump's precision strike? With our beautiful, most powerful Air Force in the world? Precision strike. Boom, boom, boom. Done. No civilians, no innocent life. Just a mission well done. It was a mission impossible. And you know why it worked? Because he didn't tell the Democrat congressman. And he told the legacy media what they wanted to hear. Isn't it funny how the mission was successful when he didn't let Democrat corrupted politicians know the plan of what was really going on? Very smart. We have a very smart president. I started doubting myself. I was like, what is he doing? Why is he sending the bombers to Guam? Then Iran is going to know that we are going to attack. I started doubting it. And then once I heard about the precision strike, I was the guy from the commercial. Never doubted it. I doubted, man. I doubted big time. Oh, man. Hey, thank you for the likes. I got 109 likes and I have 109 people watching. God bless you guys. I love those numbers. Thank you for all my Patriot friends. You guys are amazing. So there you go. You're January 6th. Don't bring it up again, all right? I hope that we put that to rest. And also, yes, Matt's Potoff. Bro is rambling and yapping. This is what I do, baby. This is what happens when you have ADD. Thank you for your support. Zánganos en el chat. You know it, Bulldozer. I like that, Nick. Very good, my friend. Very good. Wow, you're an influencer like a 16-year-old chick. Yeah, I'm not hot, but thank you, man. I wish I was a 16-year-old hot girl. You guys, all you perverts out there will be happy to be listening to me right now. You pervs. Carlos Schwab, is Melania classy? 100%. That's the best first lady we've had after Ronald Reagan's wife. Hispanic Rush Limbaugh. T-Bone, T-Man, T-Jazz. Carlos, better match the Yellow Family. Better watch the Yellow Family. Wait, what? What is that? The Yellow Family. I don't know what that is, man. Chacho, Papa, keep doing you, sir. Thank you, Bulldozer. You're the man, bro. I appreciate that love. Thank you so much. 100%, that's for you. 100% in love, that's for you. Fiance says, why is the taco man talking instead of the carving the meat? Oh, finance. Sorry, I read fiance. I was about to say, I don't think she's very good. T says, what's the bigger picture you're getting across? The bigger picture I'm getting across is, don't be a Democrat or a Republican when you talk. Call the facts as you see them. If the news outlets tells you one thing and you see another, call it for what it is. Don't be a loyalist. I always say this. Don't be a loyalist to a party. Be a patriot. It is better to be a patriot than a loyalist. This is why Donald Trump, which was a Democrat, became a Republican. He's not a loyalist. He is a patriot. And so is Tulsi Gabbard and Robert and many others that have gone to the Republican Party. They don't go to the Republican Party because they're Republicans. It's because they're not loyalists. They are patriots. The moment, you know who has loyalists? Maduro from Venezuela. He has his own private army with a bunch of loyalists. And when you have loyalists, the people get hurt. The people are the ones that suffer. There's a lot of great Venezuelan people that are just being destroyed by the loyalism to a tyrant, to a communist tyrant. And that's the problem. That's just the problem right there. And that's kind of what we see in here in the United States. You know, if you're a loyalist, oh man, how can I put this example? This is why you cannot see what good Trump is doing. I get it. He has a bad past. I get it. So do we. We all make mistakes. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But you have to acknowledge, they told us, my words here, they told us when Donald Trump put the tariffs, what did they tell you? We are going to hit the Great Depression. There's going to be a recession so great in the United States. You know the thing, you know the thing. Huh? I got a lot of money in my stock, I'll tell you that right now. My 401k is doing beautiful. I don't know about yours, but mine is doing really good. It's giving me hope that maybe before I die, I leave something nice for my wife and my kids. Love my family. I'm sure you love your family, and I pray that God fills you with blessings and prosperity, and that you find happiness and joy. May you seek and find the truth. It's not about being Republicans, guy. You know, when you see me, Oscar Herrera, what's up, cuz? Primos! When you see me wear this on my chats, guys, on my lives, don't get mad. It's just fun. You know, make America great. It's just a thing. But if Trump does something wrong, I'll call it out. That's as simple as that. I'll call it out. But remember, we're not loyalists. I'm not loyal to Trump. I'm a patriot to the United States of America. This is why I support him. Right now, he's the only one fighting for American citizens. You have all these other leaders fighting for illegal immigrants. They're fighting for our country to fail. You know what they told us when the world was laughing at us? They told us our economy is great, even though I can't afford the freaking eggs. What kind of bull crap is that? $48 for a carton of eggs. And they say the economy is so good, the prices are high. What? Of course Kamala Harris said it, but I mean, that doesn't make it okay. I just don't get it. Why do you guys vote for this kind of people, man? When we got Trump in there, things changed right away. I know he said that he was going to stop the Russia-Ukraine in the first day that he came in. Well, he has been trying, okay? So at least he hasn't given up yet. And I think that when you find something that you can't fix, at some point, you got to take a loss. And you got to say, hey, I did everything I could. I said I was going to stop it. I gave it my best. I couldn't. But at the end of the day, it wasn't for me lack of trying. The only ones that can stop that war is Russia and Ukraine. Now, should Donald Trump get the credit? Of course. He's the only one pushing for peace. Well, no. I'll take that back. Because the NATO is also supporting Donald Trump now, bringing peace between Russia and Ukraine. Now, I know Russia hit an American facility in Ukraine, but I think that's because they're blind idiots. They don't know how to hit a target. So I'm not saying that that's correct, or I'm making an excuse for it, but I will tell you something. You guys think that you will be happy if Donald Trump goes and just massacres Russian military government. But what you guys don't think is that there is a lot of patriotic Russian soldiers. They think they're fighting the right war. They feel it's their right to fight for their motherland. And the same is true for the Ukrainians. They are fighting for honor. I think the Ukrainians are, they're not doing it the right way, but they have shown that they're strong enough to defend themselves. Yeah, of course, we're giving them a lot of weapons, right, to defend themselves and all that, which we're not doing to Russia. So if you think that Donald Trump is helping Putin, you're wrong. The only person getting missiles of defense is Ukraine. We're selling it to them. We're selling it to NATO. So we're not selling it to Russia. We're putting sanctions on Russia. Yeah, I know Donald Trump says we have a great relationship with President Putin, but he's putting sanctions on them. Putting sanctions on anybody that supports the Russian war. Yep. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it, Crystal. Same way white Americans took your Pole homeland. You're not pronouncing. Miguel said you're doing this for likes. Don't believe him. I'll tell you what, if I was doing this for something, it would be for super chats, not for likes. But thank you for trying, though. I don't think I have talked any different, even before I had super chats. I think I've always talked the same way. I like to believe that I'm the same person yesterday, today, and I will be tomorrow. The only difference is I have a little bit more wisdom today than I did yesterday. Okay? Now, I've given you guys a lot of time so that you can put in your comments in here and whatnot. You think that people work for free? I've been on this chat for how long? Let me see, I don't know. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Free work so that you can come in here, give me your ideas, your opinions, so that you can come and insult me, be negative, be positive. Carlos says, Dennis, bro, wake up. You see New York City, DC restaurant empty and stores, small businesses are closing, cannot stay open. This is temporary, my friend. You got to get rid of the rats before you can open a restaurant. You know, I heard a lot of stories from business owners in DC, and they show the bullet holes in their business. There's a guy that says, you know, we just fixed these windows. They shut up our business. Yeah, they might be closed for a long time, but it's not going to be as long as crime has been in DC. And I think that you will see the results. You'll see. I got faith. I had the same faith and trust in President Trump as I did with the tariffs, and the tariffs have worked. The whole world changed. The whole world is paying us money, as they should. We protect a lot of people in this world, and we deserve to be the greatest country, and we need our economy to be strong again. Tiara says, I don't insult you, I throw facts at you and you ignore it. I'm not talking about those facts. I think that's probably why I'm not replying. I don't see your comments. Not Texas. It's a metaphor, fool. I'm not calling people rats, even though some of them act like them. I'm not calling people rats. I'm just saying it's a metaphor. You got to get the rats out of the restaurant before you can open it. Teed says, why the cops had to comply? Well, number one, D.C. is a federalized territory, and the president has authority over it. And what I have heard with the police is we are thankful for President Donald Trump for sending the National Guard. They didn't say, man, we're doing this because we had to comply. That's not what they're saying. They're actually supportive, and they're very happy with what the president is doing. And then the other thing is, like, people think, okay, you mentioned propaganda. I think maybe some of it is. Of course it's propaganda. You got to see what's happening. How many times have people say negative things about Donald Trump? Of course he's got to make a video about it. Of course. Look at President J.D. Vance. He goes out there, he gets booed. Of course he's going to make a video. But I have also seen him in action. I have seen him more transparent than any other administration. I've actually saw action at the border. I actually seen action throughout the world making peace deals. All the countries that are at war, where do they go? They go to the United States of America. Hey, buddy, don't worry about my teeth. You're just watching on camera. Don't worry about that. If you don't like my teeth, close your eyes, okay? Now you're going to have nightmares tonight when you go to sleep. You act like you have teeth. You probably don't even have teeth. You see me on camera. I don't see you on camera. So you feel bold enough and courageous enough to throw comments of insults at me because nobody knows who you are. But who's more courageous, buddy? The one that shows his face, speaks about love, respect, and truth? See, if you get offended by the truth, that's not me being disrespectful. That's me just sharing truth. If you share truth with me, I accept it. Oscar, I haven't, man. I'm just supportive of our military. No, Lois. No. Of course, your last name has to be a pain. Bulldozer. All the keyboard warriors, come on out. I know you didn't say it that way, but that's the way I read it. Trolls, you don't like him? Change the channel. Get out of here, says T-Bone. No, T-Bone, let them make some noise, man. It's all good. Hopefully one day, they're going to be like, remember that jerk-off that was over there telling us all this stuff about Trump? Damn, he was right. I shouldn't have been cussing at him. I should have been supporting him. He was right. That's exactly what they're going to see. FIFA, how many soccer fans do we have on this chat? And who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Now, you're not going to like my answer, but it's a home game, and I've seen home games won by the worst freaking teams. Ryan, thank you, man. I'm a garlic nut. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. See, guys, I got a chat right there. I got a super chat in there from Ryan. This is why we talk the bullshit. Not for the likes. What's wrong with you? I'm just joking. But let me see. Yes, no. 1904. I am sorry. I will hold my tongue from insulting you, your ignorance. In America, we play American football. If you're going to talk about soccer, it's not football. It's football. That's not how we spell it. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and educate you on how it's written. Bam! That's how you spell it. Don't you forget it. That's right. That's right. Yeah, football is for Americans. Rugby is for Australians. Why not give him $50 instead of $2? Hey, no, Tiata. Well, hey, thank you for the suggestion, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna try to see if I can get maybe some subscriptions, but very cheap, like like $1 subscription. I just want to get the input from people that actually care about this country, that are actually true subscribers, that want to fix something that we might be doing wrong in our country. I really want to hear solutions, not just insults, guys. It's okay if you say and do whatever, but Kara, tell me one thing that I have said that is BS. I'm giving you facts, nothing but facts. What are your thoughts on? Oh, okay, fine. All right. I have been promising Epstein information, but you guys probably already know. All right, Lois says Spain, USA. I agree. I have to agree, but yeah, I have to agree. Matt Pothoff. I don't know, man. You gotta change that name, bro. Just put your real name on your chat, will you? Your accent sounds like you were born in Honduras. Oscar, of course, I was born in Honduras. I'm a Honduran American. Ay, mi gente, my people, they just lack wisdom. Aureliano says, you still here? Trump has not deported you yet to Cuba? O now I'm cubano? Óyeme, chingo, pero como tú sabes que mi acento cubano. Ah, tú me voy a hablar así. ¿Cómo tú vas a decirme cubano? Oh, sorry, Matt. Didn't mean no insults about that. Sorry about that. Thank you, Luis. We need unity, but we are being decided. Yeah. Well, yes, Matt. I was born in Honduras, and by the way, I don't think that Honduras we're just not gonna make it to the World Cup. If we happen to qualify, maybe, I don't know, man. Let me tell you something about Honduras football or soccer for us here in America. We have gotten very good players, but unfortunately, man, it doesn't matter how good of a coach we get. When it comes to like playoffs, World Cups, Gold Cups, they just suck. They think they have to change everything, and then the players don't know what to do. Just keep doing what you're doing. Let the talent let the talent evolve. The more competition we get, the better we get at the sport. That's just how I see it. All right, for all of you faithful mofos that stayed this long before I shut this chat down, here's what I have on Epstein files. There is no list. Sorry, guys. There is no Epstein files. There is Epstein files. There is no Epstein's list. They never kept that. Now, don't believe me, because I don't believe in myself. That's what Maxwell said. The second thing is, when I go to Mexico vacation, oh, you think I say vacation? Yeah, no, it's vacation. Teeth, V. So Maxwell says, when they asked her, is Trump ever been in the island? She said, no. It's a matter of fact. He was always a gentleman whenever we were with him. I know, I said you're not going to like it, but that's what she said. I don't believe it. I'm with you on that. I don't believe it. But they're also asked about Bill Clinton. 26 times they say he visited the island. Teeth so yellow, I can't believe it's not butter. I'll take that insult. I like that one. That's something probably I would say. But I will say, as yellow as my teeth are because of my coffee that I was drinking all night, no, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. This is what she said about Bill Clinton. I don't believe her. Because Jeffrey had, and probably still is, had a portrait, a very compromising portrait of Bill Clinton hanging on the wall. Maxwell says that, yes, he got on the plane 26 times. I don't believe her. 26 times, but they never went to the island. That's a lie. That's got to be a lie. And she says that she doesn't believe that Bill Clinton ever had a massage. A dirty massage, if you know what I'm talking about. Because she was there on the plane, in the plane. That's the three things I got about Epstein. Now we got to wait for that trial, that court date coming up. I believe starts Monday. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. Hopefully you guys are too. Arthur, I brush my teeth, bro. I brush my teeth, believe it or not. It's just when I drink my coffee, bro, that's just the way it is, man. Plus, I have a yellow light on me, you dumbass. My face is not orange, man. This is not my face color. The light does make my teeth look even more yellow. But that's okay, man. I don't care about that. At least I still have them. I'm sure you have dentures. Let's see. Carlos says, Dennis, how many years talking about same pizza gate, Podesta, Jeffrey, Clintons, etc. Never end to be continued. It's always like that, man. You're right. It's always like that. And I frankly, I don't care about the Epstein files, man. I don't care about putting anybody behind bars because of the Epstein files. I mean, I do care if there was any minor abuses and stuff like that, but I really don't care. If there's nothing to prove, there's nothing to prove. What I do care about is the politicians that lie to us about the Russia collusion. I do care about the politicians that try to put Donald Trump in jail. When we voted him in, that's a democracy. Anybody attacking Donald Trump is attacking democracy. They went after him for 4 years with our tax money in false pretense, fake accusations with our tax money. Democrats are destroying democracy, especially using machines that they control. We saw this happening in 95 countries. Man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I'm sure they have already got away with murder. I'm sure they already have. Man, Tiata, I hope that's not true. I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true. But for all these idiots that have been trying to put Trump behind bars, They got to pay. If they don't pay, they'll continue to destroy our democracy. See, when they were going to be audited by Doge, remember that? Man, they panic. They try to get as many people paid to protest and do all this stuff, and my Social Security, security, this and that. Nah, man. Oh, Steven, man, if you're my co-worker, you want to debate? I don't know, man. But what's the title that you want to debate? What is the debate about? I don't mind debating. Question for you. Can you become a president without showing their taxes? He did show the taxes at the end. You remember that, right? But yes, you can. What happened to Elon Musk? I think that he took too many damn pills. But hopefully he comes back. Sour Flower says, I am a Russian immigrant, and let me tell you, sending these people to my home country will solve U.S. problems. They wouldn't last Ah, man. But they're already mad at us. They're already mad at us because we're deporting people to different countries. And Steven said, you just spew talking points from Fox. Interesting. The clips that I played earlier on my live was actually from MSNBC, but sure. And what if? What if it's talking points from Fox? What about it? If it's facts, it's facts. I check all news outlets. But if it's a fact, you got to call it like it is. You call a spade, brother. You can't make up shit and then defend it with more shit. You just don't do that. I always tell people, if you bring something negative, all right, you want to question me on something. Why? Why do you question me? Show me. You say you want to debate, right? I respect that. But show me right now something that I have said that is not true. Go on and convince me that I should debate you. Oh, man, my ass is burning, guys. Sitting here for so long. Release the Tropstein files, cowards. If the miners waited and came forward now, they would... Man. Oscar, you have my same last name, bro. Don't say dumb stuff like that again. You're making my last name shameful. That's crazy, bro. Anyways, change your last name, bro. Change it to Smith. That's what it means in English. Carlos, did I not answer? Okay, 2006, just paid $750 personal taxes. A billionaire fare for you, huh? Did you know that some millionaires, actually maybe billionaires, have a lot of debt? There is this thing called, what do you call that? Oh, shit, I forgot. I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you. Now, the president has made billions, hundreds of billions of dollars for this country, okay? He doesn't collect a payment from us as president. Do you really think he's a bad president if he only pays $750 in taxes? What president has made the same amount of money than Donald Trump has done for this country? Ever. Who wanted to debate me? I want to see some freaking answers, man. Say something. People come in here and say they want to debate. Steven, I haven't seen your name again. Why won't you respond to my question? What question? I guess if you want me to see your questions, you might have to super chat. Because there's a lot of freaking names in here and I don't see you. You like what I did right there? You see that, Omar? These guys demand answers. They demand that I read their comments, but don't appreciate that I'm doing this for free. 904, look at your comments. That's exactly what you're doing. You're repeating the same bullshit. Poppy, opinion on Jews. What about the Jews? Accident to overdose, West Palm Beach hotel room. Thank you, Stu. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much. I am proud of being a Mexican American. My blood has been in America for over thousands of years, he says. Oscar, his blood has been in America for thousands of years. Oh, God bless you, man. You're so special. Blah, blah, blah. You have been conquered, my friend, and you're lucky that you get to be an American again. Chacho Papa, block him. I know, man. 1904 is about to get blocked. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should block him. Yeah, let's just block this guy. He keeps repeating the same stuff, and then he says I'm repeating the same stuff over and over. I don't understand. Let's put him in timeout. Let's put him in timeout for 24 hours. 1904, you are going to the corner. All right, that was a recommendation, okay? So somebody recommended it, and there we go. Bulldozer, I heard you loud and clear. I complied. All right, let's see. Omar. Omar, no, man, you don't have to send money, brother. Your support is priceless to me. You have been awesome. Omar is actually one of my subscribers, and Omar actually put some positive words, put good vibes, gives me words of inspiration sometimes, throws prayers out there, and I respect that. So don't worry about that, Omar. You don't owe me anything, brother. But these guys that are demanding me to answer something, they got to pay if they want to demand. You know what I mean? They got to pay. You don't demand. I read your comments. You got lucky. You want to demand, you pay the piper, as they say. Am I wrong, guys? Am I wrong for saying that? Yeah, much love to you, bro. This 100 and this heart's for you, brother. That's for you, Omar. $100%. How do you get rid of this crap? Let's see, Arthur, come down. You're going to hurt yourself. Bulldozer says, I am American Puerto Rican. My favorite people, man. Puerto Ricans are badasses. America first, then Puerto Rican. That's the same I feel about Honduras, my friend. This country took me in, and it's been nothing but good. God. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Bulldozer, man. Respect. Mad respect for you, brother. That's exactly how I feel, man. Edward says, Dennis, you are on point, always correct. Edward, I'm going to say I'm probably not always correct, but I do support this country just as much as Bulldozer does it. Thank you, brother. Love you back, man. Right back at you, my friend. LM Frank, God bless the USA, sister. Sour Flower, you all who disagree with this man should spend a week in Russia. Man, I said, you know what? This is what I said earlier, and I don't know if you were here yet, Sour, but I said the crazy Russians, those are the people that I want by my side, man. They're strong, and I'm going to tell you something. I have had a lot of Russian friends here in the United States. They have moved. I haven't seen them for years. But I'm going to tell you, every single Russian friend that I've had, tough mofos. But you know what else they have? They're softies, bro. They're like me. They are tough when they have to be tough. But they're actually really good family men. They're actually very faithful to their women. At least the ones that I met. They actually a very good example for America, to be honest. And I hope that we actually get more Russians to become citizens, to be honest. We will take care of them, and they will take care of us. That's just the way I feel. Sorry if that offends somebody, but I think Russians are great people. Of course, Ukrainians are great people as well. You guys are freaking brothers, for Pete's sakes. Let's see. It's true. I am a legal immigrant from the Pacific Islands. Which one? And I stand with my fellow legal immigrants in USA. USA. Polynesian power. Which Polynesian island, my friend? Let's see. Let's see. Purple. We can take Muslims, just not the radical ones. See, even bulldozers say I got a lot of Russian brothers. They are down to earth and family oriented. See, I'm not a liar, man. That's another fact. Hope this all gets sorted out. Much love to both sides. I agree 100%, bro. 100%. I am a legal Canadian immigrant, and if I screw up, I should be deported. Edward, I hope if you decide to stay here, I hope you get a green card and become a citizen. I know Canadians are kind of pissed off with us, I guess, but I really want Alberta and Saskatchewan to come be part of the United States of America. And I don't mean that Samoan brother, malo, talofa lava. As they say, malo soy fua uso. Yeah, famanuia tulia tua. I really think that we can get a lot of benefit from our Canadian brothers from Alberta and Saskatchewan. They have a lot of resources. They are unappreciated. And I think they can make a really big difference here in the United States economy. Not only that, but they will become our brothers and sisters in our military forces. And as you see, our Polynesians, our Russians, all the people that come to this country, that same support, the Canadians that come from Alberta and Saskatchewan will also get the love and support. I think that's how you do business. We have, like you in Canada, we have a lot of socialists, left, leaning people or whatever. But, I don't know. I know a lot of great Canadian people, and I know some really jerk-off Canadians as well. So, Bobby, man, why you get on so late, man? I'm over here saying goodbye to these people. Now you're going to make me stay here longer. Let's see. Sour Flower says, let's see. Where was I? Shit, I missed some comments. Sorry, guys. Tolo, as they say in Samoa. Let's see. Jesus loves everyone, says Amar. Amen, brother. That's right. They do. Samoan Uso. Okay. My Russian plumber encouraged me to leave Cali 25 years ago. He saw the signs. Happy I left, he says. Edward, Ellen Frank, I left Cali 15 years ago. Great decision. Hell yeah, gay North Dakota. All right, be nice, guys. Some people might get offended. There's a freedom of speech, guys, but I don't want people to get offended, all right? Stephen, he says with us, we don't claim you as an American. What? Oh, man. Bobby, you haven't been here, man. Long work day. Oh, man. I'm glad you're finally home to rest. I had a long day myself, and I think I've been on this chat, let me see, live since 5:30. Putting a lot of time in here. Now, this chat is only 3 hours long, but I was on my desktop, and unfortunately, it just didn't turn out good. I don't know. For some reason, you guys don't get my messages when I'm on my desktop, so I'm not sure what's going on. I got to figure out what's going on. There's got to be something with the setting. Edward says, I have a green card and will be applying for citizenship. Don't worry. I love American capitalism, unlike some of my crazy fellow Canadians. That boy, Edward. Man, come to Washington State to visit and let's have dinner, bro. Speaking of dinners, one time I had a bad experience and I never went back to Canada. This one's for you, Edward. There is a restaurant. Don't ask me what it's called. I just know how to get there. It is in the woods. It's a big wooden restaurant with a big glass. And there's some heaters because it gets freaking cold in there. Love the food there, love the views. I don't know what it's called, but it's in Vancouver. Jim, Ultra MAGA. Whoop, whoop. MAGA, MAGA, make America great again. And we want to make Canada great again. I went, listen to this. I kid you not, I drove all the way from LA through Oregon, through Washington, and I came to the Canadian border, bro. The sheriff on the American side, okay? On the American side. Now, yes, I took this as prejudice, okay? Maybe a little bit racist. Don't make any comments because I'm going to miss him. Hold on. He pulls me over. Now, it's muddy, okay? It's muddy where he pulls me over. He says, do you have your license? Now, they're pulling random people. He said, random people. I'm going to tell you who I saw in the random polling inside the office where people are being checked. He sees my license and sees the name Dennis Herrera. And there is a Mexican friend with me. And he starts speaking Spanish to me. Now I know my English is broken. Everybody lets me know in here. I get it. My English is not that good. Whatever. But he speaks Spanish to me. I say, sir, excuse me. Can you speak English to me? I'll really appreciate it. And he said, oh, ¿no hablas español? I was like, yeah, no. I speak Spanish. But I want you to please speak to me in English. We're in America. And so he kept speaking in Spanish to me. And now he's starting to bother me. Now it's like, what, sir, excuse me, sir. Why do you keep speaking Spanish to me? And he just kept talking in Spanish. He said, sir, I need you to step out of the car. I said, what? I said, what for? I said, you're checking my papers. Mind you, this is not the same as when somebody pulled me over. Yeah, sure, no problem. But this guy was being disrespectful from the get-go. Like he was literally not respecting that I want to speak English. We're in America. Why is he speaking Spanish, right? So I get out, and then he calls his German Shepherd, which I love German Shepherds, but he makes him step on the mud and then puts him inside the back seat of my car, freshly washed, by the way, mud all over my seats, and he says to me, do you have any weapons? Yes. And he looks back, yeah, I got some bat and a bucket of balls of baseballs. And he said, you think that's funny? I said, no, but I don't think you're funny talking to me in Spanish. Oh, I was pissed. Mind you guys, I drove from LA all the way to the border of Washington State and Canada. Okay, I deserve a little respect. So here's what happens. I get my passport, get my license back. We go inside the room. Guess, okay, don't guess how many people were there. It was full. Guess who was in there? Guess. I'm gonna let you guess. No, I don't have time. I don't have time, Tiara. I don't have time to do all that. But guess who was in detention, waiting to get papers checked and all that stuff? Guess. Just take a quick guess. Yes, you can be racist with this one. Go ahead. Thank you, Edward. See you, Oscar. Man, you know what the worst thing, Edward, is? You know what the worst thing is with Oscar? He freaking has my last name, dude. That is such a shame. Oh, yada. I should change my last name to an English name. You know my last name means Smith in English? My name is Dennis Smith. You know what? I'll think about that. All right, Omar. The room inside that they pulled over was a bunch of Mexicans, blacks, and the only white people in there, Russians. Man, I was so pissed. I get, and I say, where is your captain? Who is the leader here? Who is in charge? And so the captain comes over, and I said, let me tell you something, sir. I don't mean to be disrespectful to you, but I said, I'm an American citizen, and this guy right here keeps speaking Spanish to me. I asked him to speak English. He kept laughing and talking in Spanish to me. I find that racist. I said, I don't appreciate his sarcasm. And then he asked me if I had weapons. I said, yes, I got a baseball bat and a bucket of baseballs. He puts his German Shepherd through the back seat of my car, gets my seats all muddy. I deserve some respect. And the captain apologized to me. I said, sir, I'm sorry. I raised my voice for this jerk-off. I have no respect for him. I respect you, and I apologize. But I happen to notice all you have in here is Mexicans, blacks, and the only white people here are Russian. Man, I was so pissed. I was pissed, bro. I get in my car. I said, you know what? Woosa. I said, you know what? Let's just go eat. We still have some time. Let's go. So I get in my car, get back, and we go into the Canadian border. Ed, the Canadian guy goes, oh my God, he pulls me over. And they started checking my car. They told me to go inside, talk to somebody at a window. They're looking underneath my car like I got drugs. That jerk off over there probably told them something bad about me just to, keep frustrating me, right? And then I'm like, and then I'm just like, why? Why today? I said, I drove so long and now I got to drive back. You know how many hours from here, Washington? It's 18.5-hour drive. From down up there is another 2.5-hour drive. 11, oh my God, 20, how many hours is that? 21 hours, I think, right? I was so mad, guys. I was so mad. I think we stayed at a hotel somewhere in Oregon, I think. But I was so mad. So finally, after waiting for an hour and a half, but guys, there was no line in Canada. All the windows were available. I finally got up and said, excuse me, is somebody going to come and help or what? I'm sorry, sir, what are you here for? They told me to come in here and wait to be called. He said, who told you that? Oh, the Canadian guy with the red outfit. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, we didn't know that. What? What? Oh my God, dude. All right, so I get my passport, blah, blah, blah. They check it. I get back in my car. I said, man, you know what? Screw dinner. Go back to the States. When I get to the window, the guy grabs my passport. He looks at it really quick, and his face goes, welcome back to America, sir. Have a nice day. True story, man. So this was back in, what is it, 09, 08, somewhere in the, I have never been to Canada since. That's my worst experience, brother. So, man, it sucked, man. It really sucked. Thank you for the support, guys. You guys are awesome. It doesn't matter how many times I tell people. One, they like my yellow teeth. Second, my English is horrible. It probably is. I'm not going to say it's the best. It isn't. I am going to cut the chat short. Well, it's not. Omar knows I've been on this for a long time already. Omar saw my first chat with on my desktop, and it sucked, right, Omar? Even though I actually got a chance to show him and whoever else was joining a video of what Democrats are saying and what we see today. And I mean, it's just like, it's not something that I'm making up. It's just like, you know what I mean? Melvin, you know what, Melvin? Yeah, you're right, bro. I wish that we can make them legal, but that's not the way to do it. That sends a wrong message to the world. But yeah, they all need to be deported, and hopefully, I mean, it's going to take years before manufacturers really come back because they got to build up. They got to build. But when we have a lot of manufacturers, I don't think we're going to have enough Americans to fill those jobs. So I think that a lot of these people that are self-deporting will be called back. And I think, T-Bone, I have yellow teeth and very healthy. Coffee strengthened them. Hell yeah. By the way, I am missing just one tooth. Wait, not this one. This one. That's it. All my teeth are mine. Crooked and everything. Yellow, but they're mine. Guys, I have loved your comments. Thank you so much. Alice, thank you so much. Man, Ellen, thank you. Melvin, thank you. Oscar, go wash your face. George, Elon, Rob, Kamala of Victory. Sure. Edward says Oscar Dennis said he was and showed his passport. Yes, Edward, I think he is. But be nice because he's mentally challenged. Senor, speak English correct. This America. Cali Life. Cali Life says speak America. We in America, you speak English, yes? I asked my cousin, Speedy Gonzalez, to come and help, but he never came, so I guess I'm just going to have to go brush my teeth. He liked the corn, yellow teeth. That is manufacturing to come back. Keep dreaming, kid. I know, man. I know. Let me tell you something, though. How many times, I'm going to end with this. How many times have we grabbed a smartphone or an iPhone? Bobby, thank you, baby. I love you, brother. Thank you for that support. If you're not standing, what did you say, Bobby? If you're not standing with this guy, if you're not understanding, I think it is, if you're not understanding this guy's English, you need severe medical attention for hearing damage. He speaks more fluent English than 90% of the Americans, EBT holders in my area. Waka waka. That's right, Bob. You're always awesome, brother. I appreciate you. Thanks for the love, man. I'm over here misspelling love. I don't want to get chewed out by misspelling love. All right. My freaking mouse is messing up. Thanks for the love, man. Yeah, I saw that, brother. Great job. T-Bone says, great job. Great endurance. Man, that's nothing, man. I still have to filibuster for 25 hours without having to go pee. All right, if I have to go pee, I will probably put some type of music on. And I have my cup. It's supposed to be, I think it's 20 ounces. But we'll see. We'll put it to the test one day. Thank you, guys. Much love, really. Ellen, have a good night. Appreciate you. God bless all of you guys. Thank you so much for the good vibes. Oscar, everybody, man. Even the guys talking crap, right? Oscar, Primo, you gotta, man, I don't know, man. I don't know how to help you there. But all I know is, Bob, I missed you all night, brother. I hope that, next live we can actually do something together on here. Thankfully, well, actually, hey guys, if you guys didn't know, Bobby was actually here when those guys were threatening me and my family, and trying to put all my private information out there, which is really not private apparently because it's public. Everybody can find it. But yeah, it's all good, brother. It's just, I will still continue, but I had to go pick up my wife. Otherwise, somebody else is gonna take her. We can't do that. Edward, have a good night, my Canadian friend. God bless you, man. Much love to you. Can't wait for you to become a citizen. Having a green card is a great thing, my friend. But here's my advice to you. Just go to the government's website, USCIS, I think is what it is. Don't pay for submitted documents. It's free. You can fill out your own form. And you do that right away. You don't have to wait the 5 years. You can do that right away. You don't need paralegals to do your paperwork. You don't need lawyers for that. The lawyers will tell you that they'll give you a better chance to become a citizen. That's BS. I applied on my own and became a citizen on my own. So there's that. Okay, so good luck to you, my friend. I hope everything turns out. Bobby, man, it's so hard for me to say goodbye now that you're here, man. But I'll catch you in the next one. All right. Dennis, I watch you, but love watch Komomo he catch and deport Rust cheaters. Tiata, you lost me on that one. Sorry about that. I can't understand it. Marcos Murphy says, what time you on tomorrow? So tomorrow is Saturday. So what I'm trying to do is Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. on. Okay. Today is Friday, so I actually did my live on my desktop. Was not successful. Come on my phone, and then you guys all show up. So that's the reason why I'm on my phone most of the time. Okay. The other thing is, on Saturdays, if I go out to the park, because I like to take photos of birds, if I go out to the park, let me see how the weather is tomorrow, actually. And I can tell you, because for sure, let me see, what time they close? In the afternoon, I got to take my daughter to go swimming. Let's see, by 5 they finish. So maybe between 5:30 or 6. And if I do it earlier, it's going to be around 12 p.m. So if you guys are interested, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Marcos, God bless you, man. Thanks for asking. And Khalid says, Denzel Washington. I don't know what that means. Khalid, assalamu alaikum, man. I don't know. That's probably the name, right? I apologize about that. It just that name just kind of brought it up for me. All right, guys. God bless you. God bless the USA, and God bless us all. Till next time. Thank you so much for your support and your love. Be blessed.